Hey everybody, there are a ton of ways that you can follow us online. We've got our website, realnerdspodcast.com, that you can go to and you can read articles and find the podcast episodes there as well. If you like social media, you can follow us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or on Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us anytime and leave a voicemail at 720-6nerds5 and then we'll play your voicemail on the show. Thanks for listening. I hope you like us.
Here we go again, it's our Filmsplosion, a movie countdown of real devotion. It could get long, so bring your ibuprofen. I'm telling you all, it's a Filmsplosion. What's got the best acting? What's got the best direction? The cream of the crop, here's our selection. From comedy to drama, even blaxploitation. I'm telling you all, it's a Filmsplosion. Hear what the nerds have chosen. Will it be Joker or maybe Frozen? I'm telling you all, it's a Filmsplosion. Filmsplosion!
This is Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Fan Expo Con. I am Ryan, coming to you via Zoom because it's snow apocalypse in Denver right now.
Yeah.
Joining me is James.
Yeah.
Zach.
Hello.
And Brad.
Hey.
You can see me.
Yeah. Your first live stream.
Every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we see a new movie and we podcast our experience of the world. Except every once in a while, we go back in time 2 years and we reveal our favorite films of those years in a top 10 countdown we call Filmsplosion. And we are going to be doing Filmsplosion 1981, the year I was born. Aww. The year Rod Stewart hit the top of the charts with Tonight I'm Yours. Zach wasn't even thought of yet.
No, why would you think of me? That's a stupid idea.
You're still 10 years away from being conceived, right? There, Zach?
Yes. And some would arguably say that it shouldn't have happened to begin with, but we can't change the past, right?
No. Well, we can. We just got to get a DeLorean.
Oh, shoot. Ryan, let's go back in time and make sure I don't exist.
So if you never listened to one of our Filmsplosions, we each have our 10 favorite films of this year. We'll go in a specific order. We will tell you what our film is, play the trailer, or Brad, you're going to be able to play our trailer, so we'll just say our number 10 film is, right?
Yeah, just say your film, and then in the audio that'll be available on Stitcher or whatever later, the trailer will be inserted. Mm-hmm. It won't be in the live feed because there's copyright issues. They will block our feed which is dumb because they're trailers, they're promotional, but whatever.
So are we actually watching the trailers now, or you're just going to cut them in later?
I'm going to edit the audio in later.
Okay, cool.
So they won't be in the live stream, so just, give me at least a couple seconds so I can edit it later, but
yeah,
say, here's my number, whatever, and then say the name.
Sounds cool.
And then the order is going to be Zach, Brad, me, and then James, right? Did I get that right? Cool. You only had to tell me once. That's pretty good.
You got the mind of a genius,
I don't
sir.
even have a script in front of me. What?
I said you got the mind of a genius, sir.
Thank you. Yes, I don't even have a script in front of me. I have a steel trap for a mind.
This is live. There can be no script.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Chaos.
This could crash and burn real easily.
Yes. We'll see.
It usually does.
We're fixing to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, what would a Real Nerds Filmsplosion be without some sort of difficulties?
Technical difficulties.
I had one, the snow.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, you might notice we're missing 2 nerds. I think Corinne was not interested in this year because
there's no British movies in it.
There was too much badass.
There's no British movies. And if you actually go through the movies that came out this year, you better be kind of a horror movie fan.
Yeah.
Because the slasher movie craze was in full effect.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
will say I actually struggled more than I should have, considering how easy the top half of the list is. The bottom half, which I'll talk about, I was like, oh, like I can put some stuff on here, but I'm just gonna piss people off. Like, you know,
Ooh, we got
Be like, he hasn't seen this slasher movie. He hasn't seen this one. He certainly hasn't seen this one.
a comment on our live feed.
whoa,
Oh my!
Sixth
From
Sixth
who?
Jayhawk said that's correct. I've only seen one 1981 movie ever.
oh, that must be Corinne.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's Corinne because she loves Kansas,
Yeah.
and Kansas sucks.
Wait,
Yes,
so-
especially
so
in
she's-
basketball. They're the
She's
worst
not on the
basketball
show.
team
Why?
ever.
Cool.
Anyways,
I should also mention, in place of the audio of the trailers, like when you introduce your film, a poster of the movie will come up for the people at home.
Oh,
So,
cool.
oh, Corinne says hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi,
This is the most
Corinne. Where are
convoluted
you?
way to say hi to someone. We got on a Zoom so we could live stream it to the internet, so you could go into the chat and go, hi.
She wants us to plug the 2021 Movie Madness.
Oh my God. This isn't talk to Corinne through the internet on a 5-minute delay podcast. Come on.
Oh, that would be the most niche podcast ever. We might get a huge audience out of it.
Yeah, sorry, Corinne. I was screwing around with this live feed, so I didn't post your little trailer onto the stream yet. But you said by tomorrow, and there's still a few more hours left in the day, so I will get to it after we finish this Filmsplosion.
Wait, you lost another hour because of more daylight savings time for no reason.
Damn it.
Oh my God. I thought this podcast would go faster because we don't have the trailers, but if we spend this long talking to Corinne, we're never going to get through this.
I'll just say really quick, she's doing the March Madness again. So
Cool.
it's Disney Pixar films.
but with Disney movies.
Yeah. And there'll be a trailer with her and Jerry talking about their predictions. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
watch Facebook for all the polls.
Is the winner The Rocketeer? That's technically a Disney movie.
Did you submit that?
No, I just
Then no.
I just assume that the right winner should win. Isn't that how this works?
Okay. I'm ready.
Cool. Sweet. So let's go back in time to 1981. Zach, what is your number 10 film from 1981?
All right. My number 10 film is a film that is it's not like a newly created film. It's a compilation film, but it's a film that I picked up on video when I was a kid, and I ran through it constantly because it features some of my favorite cartoon characters of all time. And these kind of compilation films were the only way you could watch the Looney Tunes in a theatrical setting. So my number 10 film is the Looney Bugs Bunny movie.
Get ready for big fun,
Prepare yourself, Rabbit. I'm a-coming over the wall.
big laughs as Bugs Bunny hits the big time in Academy Award winner Friz Freeling's Looney Bugs Bunny movie.
Shut up.
Hey, Lions.
Bugs is back in Hollywood, and this time he's up to his ears in funny business in the looniest movie of them all. Watch for Friz Freeling's Looney Bugs Bunny movie, starring Bugs and all his friends in some of Warner Brothers' greatest comedy classics, combined with all new action-packed antics on the big screen. They're coming to your neighborhood soon.
Well, hello there.
Friz Freeling's Looney Bugs Bunny movie.
Yeah. So yeah, Looney Bugs Bunny movie. It's just a compilation film of several shorts strung together through interstitial ones. They've done a couple of films like this, like Daffy Duck's Quackbusters and other such Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie. But this is the one that we had on VHS because I guess we must have gotten it from like a Costco or something when they repackaged it under a new looking title. The short that I remember being in there the most was the Bugs and Daffy on a vaudeville stage, like fighting with each other, and that's where I first saw that cartoon. I don't remember seeing it in the Cartoon Network run where they would like show hours of it. So yeah, if you like Looney Tunes and you like watching it with the
I like Looney Tunes.
yeah, I know you do, Ryan. I know you do. That's why you and I would be able to connect on this. But yeah, no, if you it's kind of actually weird. Like these films are actually, I feel like, good introductions to the Looney Tunes for a certain generation. If you didn't grow up with Cartoon Network, like having hours jammed down your throat, and you don't like want to watch the new HBO Max series, which is a stupid thing. Why would you not want to do that? But these are like good ways to get you into the Looney Tunes, is to watch these compilation films. You get a sampling of the genius at work, and it's Friz Freeling primarily. It's his stuff primarily in this film. So yeah, the number 10 is the Looney Bugs Bunny movie.
Very cool. Nothing wrong with Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, your 10th film of 1981.
Yeah, this is going to frustrate some people, but I watched it once and it was okay. And a lot of my bottom of the list is going to be I watched once, and it's enough to qualify it for. Yeah. Oh, the internet just freaked out, and now I can't see YouTube anymore. Great.
I can see you.
All right.
I can see you. You're good.
Yeah, feed's fine.
It's so much harder when I have to talk and do the switcher, but here we go.
If this is why you were supposed to be a robot, man.
New York, 1997. The entire city is a walled maximum security prison. The bridges are mined. The rivers are patrolled. And the United States Police Force has everything under control, they think.
I'm going in.
John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the high adventure of the future. One man must go in where no man has ever gotten out. And if he comes back alone, his nightmare has just begun.
Who are you?
John Carpenter's Escape from New York.
Heard you were dead.
John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the greatest escape of them all, is about to blow the future apart.
So yeah, it's a sweeper. I didn't leave the poster up that long. Dang it. It's a Escape from New York.
You jerk.
I thought for sure, because of the sweeper thing, I thought you were saying it was a sweeper of Raiders. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No. And I can't. Freaking YouTube. Hang on, let me reload. This is stupid.
Why don't you tell us about Escape from New York while you're doing it, Brad?
Yeah, Escape from New York is a movie I watched, and it was okay. I barely remember any of it. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely stylish, but story-wise, I wasn't didn't do anything for me. So
It's better than Escape from LA.
Oh yeah, I should point. Yeah, Escape from LA is so much sillier and more nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snake Plissken is cool. I just wish he was in a more interesting movie.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
What?
So I don't have to talk much more about it because I'm sure it'll come back later.
Yeah, it'll come back in 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone. I had a sweeper graphic where Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark, his face melted and said sweeper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are watching?
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you weren't listening to me.
I was trying to think of I'm walking and chewing gum over here, trying to do
the feed's working great, Brad. You just talk about your movie, man.
Okay. Well, good thing it was one I don't care that much about, so I was able to stumble through it. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good on Escape from New York. It's a movie from '81 and that I saw, so it's on the list.
So my number 10 is, I'm sure, going to sweep a lot of legs, and I'm really sorry that I'm doing this, but I mean, this is where it lands. My number 10 is this film.
It was 1945, the night of the graduation dance. The war overseas had just ended. The terror at home,
Roy,
was about to begin.
Roy?
Come on, kid. Don't play hard to get. What about New Year's Eve?
Well, that was different. I couldn't help myself.
The Prowler. If he wants you, he'll get you. Tonight, the terror begins again.
They never found out who did it. But it had to be someone in town, someone who knew that she was called Rose. And Mark, that guy still might be around here.
Oh, I don't believe this. You're talking about something that happened over 30 years ago.
Whenever the time was right, he'd come back. The Prowler. If he wants you, he'll get you. Night after night, he waited for her. The Prowler. If he gets you, you'll wish you were dead. Just when you catch your breath, it starts all over again. You may think you're safe, but you're dead wrong. The Prowler, coming soon.
My number 10 is a slasher film called The Prowler.
Interesting choice.
From Joseph Zito, who directed Friday the 13th, the final chapter, with makeup effects by Tom Savini. It's about this guy who kills people at a dance.
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's the plot of the movie.
Is he in the military? Because the poster.
Yeah, he's so his getup is like World War II military guy.
Gotcha. Always,
so
usually an image that terrifies me. Like definitely a good choice there.
I mean, it's like the kills are pretty creative. I rewatched it last night because I was like, yeah, this movie's fun, but it's only 88 minutes, but it's a slasher film that really drags because people are just really annoying in it.
Yeah.
you go, I don't care if this person dies. And
then they do.
But the makeup effects are really cool, and it's pretty gruesome. And it lays the groundwork for his further exploits to making a Friday the 13th film. Number 10, The Prowler. Sorry if I swept someone's legs with that one.
I think you're good.
Cool.
James?
It's a fun movie.
So
it's all right.
Similarly, my number.
Wait, guys, he puts a rose on his victims.
So
that's right.
My number 10 is also a real banger. So I will say there were a couple of movies from this year that were like either cult classics or like some slasher movies that I've seen that are probably better than some of the movies at the bottom of my list, but like then I would have been sweeping legs on something that I just don't give a shit about. So instead I figured I would, put some stuff on there that was more fun to talk about. So my number 10 is this.
For your eyes only. It's Roger Moore as Ian Fleming's James Bond 007.
5 days ago, our spy ship was sunk in the Ionian Sea. She was equipped with ATAC.
Have we begun a salvage operation?
We asked Sir Timothy Havelock to secretly locate the wreck. He and his wife were killed by Hector Gonzalez. Police were able to identify Gonzalez by Melina, Sir Havelock's daughter.
Explosive. Exclusive.
Well, I trust you, Elcott.
For your amazement, this Bond is for you.
Oh, by the way, we haven't been properly introduced, Melina. My name is Bond. James Bond.
Mr. Bond, you have shot your last bolt.
We're not dead yet.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bond. You are now flying under remote control. Goodbye, Mr. Bond.
I'm the Countess Lisu von Schloch. Why not come in for a bite?
For your eyes only can see me through the night.
This Bond is for your eyes only. No one comes close to 007. When 007 comes close to you.
I like your background.
Thanks. So these sexy ladies are for my number 10, which is For Your Eyes Only, which is a Roger Moore James Bond movie that came out that year that I have seen. And there's, if you asked me to pick out one scene from this movie that I could remember, by comparison to like other James Bond movies, right? Like, if you gave me like a lineup of different scenes from Roger Moore movies, and you were like, pick the one for Your Eyes Only, would I remember it? No, I wouldn't be able to pick this from it. So it's more just that I like the Roger Moore 007 movies as much as you can, considering how problematic they are. And it's fun. Like I would watch this. I actually just bought the whole collection because I wanted to watch through them. And so I watched Dr. No, and I was really bored. And I was like, shit, this was a more boring idea than I was expecting it to be. But I'm going to slowly get through it.
Well, it's funny you say that, because when you go back, I don't remember For Your Eyes Only at all. And then you'll go back and say, man, I really liked Moonraker when I was a kid. And then you watch Moonraker and you go, this is a piece of shit.
I think I knew Moonraker was bad as a kid.
See, you're smarter than me.
I remember thinking it should be cool because like space and Jaws, but then like Jaws falls in love with an astronaut or something, and then doesn't he die in space? I don't know. It was weird. The one before it where I think they introduced Jaws was awesome. But yeah, For Your Eyes Only. I don't know. It's a movie.
Zach, you're number 9. Look how fast we're going through this list.
This is great.
I know. This is efficient as all hell. Okay, so my number 9 is the first of 2 werewolf movies on my list. And this one may not be the most prestigious of the choices, but I still enjoy it a lot. And it was one of my first Scream Factory purchases. So my number 9 is this.
What do you see?
The Howling. Somewhere in this city, in this human jungle, it begins.
Just try. He's right there.
What do you see?
What's there, Karen?
What do you see, Karen?
What's there?
Somewhere in these woods, in this primal, sensuous, secret place, lies an experience too terrifying for words. And now, all anyone can do is watch and wait.
Tonight I'm going to show you something. Make you believe.
The Howling.
Okay, my number 9 is The Howling. It's a Joe Dante movie. Woman goes through a traumatic encounter with a serial killer and goes off to a retreat that is called The Colony, and it is full of werewolves. So a nice little reason to watch some Joe Dante werewolf action. We're going to probably be talking, at least from Ryan and myself, we're going to be talking about another werewolf movie that is a lot more well regarded. But this one I think is underlooked. And I think that it still has a lot to offer in it. I think Rob Bottin's werewolf makeup is super fun to look at. It's not the same as Rick Baker's for the other one, but it's of a different quality. And I appreciate Joe Dante's, kind of like crazy sense of humor, and it's stuffed into this film as well. If you haven't seen The Howling, I would give it a shot. I would actually do it as a double bill with the other film we'll talk about. In fact, like this year there's 3 werewolf movies. The other one, Wolfen, is one I haven't seen, but there's like there's a plethora of these, and I think The Howling is one that I think people ought to take a look at. And it's got Dee Wallace in it, so you can't go wrong there, guys.
And it's kind of mandatory.
It shows up later on my list, so
no, it's kind of mandatory viewing because you got to get to the third one with the pig people, right?
Yes.
So I have never seen that third one.
Why'd you watch the first one?
But because I love the first one. The first one's fun. The third one, though, Ryan, is the third one the one you've talked about where there was issues with like some of the imagery in it being released and the actresses had a problem with it or something? I can't remember.
No, I think that's the second one. The third one is the marsupials.
Yes. Okay, so the third one's the marsupials. The second one has the shots that the actresses didn't approve of or something.
You're right. I apologize. They're not pig people. They're marsupials.
Yeah, get it right, James. Yikes. But yeah, The Howling. And also, if you have that Scream Factory Blu-ray, it's fucking cool. So yeah.
Brad, number 9.
My number 9 is another movie that I've seen maybe twice, a long time ago. My number 9 is this.
After 4 years in the making, Walt Disney Productions proudly announces a milestone in entertainment. Our 20th fully animated motion picture, The Fox and the Hound. Look out. Here it comes. Hot out of Walt Disney Productions.
Holy smoke.
The Fox and the Hound.
My. Look at that. A fox and a hound playing together.
They were born into 2 different worlds.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd. What's your name, kid? Mine's Copper. I'm a hound dog.
Natural enemies.
Wow. Look at those teeth.
But the best of friends.
And we'll always be friends forever, won't we? Yeah, forever.
Well, Copper, me and old Chief are going to teach you all about hunting. Yes, sir. Copper's going to come back a trained hunting dog. A real killer.
Oh, no, not my friend Copper. He won't ever change.
But never can sneak up sooner than you think.
We're still friends, aren't we? Those days are over. I'm a hunting dog now. All right, boy, get tracking. Smell him out.
All the excitement of Disney's famous action animation is yours again in this major entertainment event. Best friends make the worst enemies. Disney does it again, the way you've always loved it. Animation in the revered Disney tradition. A heartwarming story the way Disney's always told them. The Fox and the Hound.
I'm a fox. I'm a hound dog.
So yeah, my number 9 is The Fox and the Hound, and is a story of 2 creatures that should be enemies, but they're trying to be friends, and it's
Hey, he's a fox.
Yeah, a fox and a hound, and
and I'm a hound.
The hound is
dog.
supposed to hunt the fox, but they want to be buddies, but the world is trying to make them enemies, and I don't remember much else beyond that.
It's a cute movie.
Yeah.
It's not like Disney's best movie, but it's cute.
Yeah. I own it. I gotta just pop it in and rewatch it at some point, but yep. That's all I got.
Would you say that The Rocketeer is better than Fox and the Hound? I'm trying to lay some groundwork here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not really fair because I haven't watched The Fox and the Hound as much as The Rocketeer, so it's not a fair evaluation.
I think that's totally fair. No, I think it's totally fair that The Rocketeer is better. Yeah, no, you're right.
All right. My number 9 is man, this might be controversial to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's Orson Welles' best film. Here's my number 9 film.
From the naked dawn of man to the magnificence of the Bible.
The Lord Jehovah has given unto you these 10 commandments.
From the glory that was Rome to the dark evils of the Spanish Inquisition.
For now begins the Inquisition.
To the French Revolution with its squalor and its splendor.
The peasants may grow violent. They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them. Paul!
History of the World, Part 1, starring...
It's good to be the king. More women! More wine! More!
And submit to the king. Lust for one.
Oh, that's let's go! Chip, you're beautiful.
Shove it! Let's end this meeting on a high note.
Hey, what country you from? Ethiopia. What part? On 25th Street. Oh.
I'm Miriam. I'm a Vestal Virgin.
I'm really sorry to hear that. You should have been here over 30 grains ago.
Please ravish me.
Gee, I just ate.
Drama.
Do you require a blindfold? None. Have you any last words? None. Test. Dunk your teeth. Hold.
Action.
Where you going? I don't know.
Romance.
Say when?
8:30.
Spectacle.
The Inquisition. What a show. We know you're wishing that we go away. But the Inquisition's here and it's here to stay.
Mel Brooks, History of the World, Part 1. 10 million years in the making.
My number 9 film is History of the World Part 1.
Why does everybody hate me this time?
And it's a Mel Brooks film, and it's kind of like a bunch of vignettes of historical moments in history.
It's a sketch movie.
Yeah, it's really silly, but there's moments that really stick with me. The Inquisition is really
what
funny.
A show.
There's, I watched it like last week, and there is some dialogue in it that's a little hard right now to listen to. Mm-hmm. Also, when I was younger, I loved It's Good to Be the King, but now you're like, oh, this isn't right. But it's still funny when he has dudes launched and he shoots them. It's laugh.
What are you talking about? They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them. Pull.
It's really, I mean, you have to like Mel Brooks because the humor is really like slapsticky. Yes, but it's funny. Ironically, the first place I saw this is in high school in history class, and I don't think the teacher wanted to teach that day. And,
that's the same
and
for me.
I've always wanted to see part 2 because I wanted to see Hitler on ice. And it still has one of my most favorite jokes in films ever is when Moses says, "And now I come to you with these 10 commandments," because he drops the other 5. It's really stupid, but it's really funny. And I always have a soft spot in my heart for comedies like this where they never take themselves seriously. Yeah, it's a fun film.
Yeah, the only time I've seen it
but
was
I like 8 films better.
History class too.
Did you really?
Yeah, who was that?
Was it? Fudge. I don't remember. Was it Miss High?
No, I don't remember that name.
I'm sorry. How cool of a high school did you guys go to that they were showing you History of the World Part 1?
We went to Golden High School, home of the Demons.
Yeah.
Okay, because I went to a high school where we couldn't watch an R-rated film without a friggin' permission slip.
We got to watch the Romeo and Juliet where
with the boobs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Boobs.
I think that every school does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to see some cool stuff. Sorry, your school sucks, Zach.
Oh yeah, no. Well,
because you're younger than us.
It only sucked up until I got to the writing on film class in high school, where after I got the permission slip signed, they showed us everything from Shawshank on down to Do the Right Thing. So it got better eventually, but still.
But it'll never be as good as watching History of the World Part 1.
No, we did see Swing Kids though in middle school, and that was cool because everybody cried and rightfully so.
Crying is cool.
That's not what I meant, but okay. Wow.
Guys, we need more jokes. We lost a watcher.
Well, Corinne had somewhere to be.
I'm seeing 5 people watching right now, so.
Yeah, but that's because you joined.
Oh,
there used to be 5 before you got on.
Oh, okay. Also, I'm seeing video of myself 5 minutes in the past.
Now that there's 4 of us here, that literally means it's us and my mom. And I know because every few minutes when Huck is on the screen, she texts me. So she's not watching for any of you.
My grandkid is a star.
Oh, mercy.
All right. Anyway.
James?
Cool. Yeah.
Number 9.
My number 9 is a movie that actually should probably be higher, but I haven't watched it since I was a kid because it's so weird that why would I watch it again? So my number 9 is this movie.
Remember my voice. I do trailers. All kinds of trailers.
23, take 2.
One day they'll put me in a film, a proper full-length job. Until then, I'm just stuck with this sort of stuff. Go and see this. Don't miss that. The most terrifying thing you ever saw is coming to babysit for you tonight.
All right, cut it there. Look, just read what's on the script, will you?
What?
The script. Other way up.
Ready?
Yes.
You flock to see brief encounters for the special...
Close.
Close Encounters.
Close Encounters, the film.
Oh, I never saw it.
Well, forget that film. We're on about our film. Time Bandits.
The what?
Time Bandits, the one you are supposed to be promoting. Remember?
You flocked to see Close Encounters for the special effects. You went to Superman to see a man fly. You went to Star Wars for the droids. You went...
Now what?
What's page 2, man?
It's under page 1. See? Oh, dear.
Went to Star Wars. Time Bandits can offer you much, much more. It's not the special effects, or flying men, or droids, which makes Time Bandits a unique cinematic...
Cinematic! You know, pertaining to the cinema.
Cinematic experience, it's the makeup. Yes, folks, you've never seen anything like it. Men made up to look like monsters. Monsters made up to look like men. Look-alike men made up to look different. Different men made up to look alike. No expense has been spared on the pan stick. No expense has been spared flying in the world's greatest makeup man.
Just a minute. What about the plot?
The what?
The plot. What the film is about.
Well, I haven't seen it, have I?
Haven't seen it? You're sitting there telling millions of people to go and see a film you haven't even seen?
Well, I can't see every film I do now, can I?
Oh, wonderful. Terrific. Look, give me that.
What are you doing?
Taking over. You're out. O-U-T. Finished. Kaput. Finito.
What about the trailer?
I'll do it. Time Bandits is an awfully good film. We have worked ever so hard on it. It's a tremendous adventure story. We like it, and we're pretty sure you will. What's wrong with it? It's direct, punchy, Honest?
Honest. Honest. Schmonest. What's that got to do with it?
Yeah, so my number 9 is Time Bandits, which is a Terry Gilliam film where some little people travel through time and weird stuff happens. And it's actually kind of, as I remember it, bizarrely similar to History of the World Part 1 in that it's like kind of skits and all these different things, and they go to different places, and like it's just weird. Like there's just a lot of different sections of it. But again, I kind of barely remember it, but it's one of those where you're like thinking back, I know like, well, this movie is probably better than I understand, just because of who made it. And is probably better than some of the other junk that's on my list a little bit higher. But I just so don't remember it very well. But it's a movie that people should see because Time Bandits. So yeah, my number 9, I've seen it.
It's always like in one of my queues, but I just never have gotten to it. So.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. This kid's got a pigman friend.
As one should.
I don't even remember this. I do kind of remember some of the like Robin Hood, John Cleese parts and stuff like that, but yeah. But I actually don't remember the kid. I remember the boat, and I remember like the end, and they run into an invisible wall. That's all I really remember. So there you go. My number 9.
All right. Fascinating discussion. Zach, you're number 8.
All right. My number 8 is the only drama on my list. And it also is the final film with James Cagney. And here it is.
Milos Forman, Academy Award-winning director of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, brings you The People of Ragtime. Academy Award winner James Cagney returns to the screen as the police commissioner called upon to save a city. Academy Award winner Mary Steenburgen is the young woman whose act of kindness ruins her own family. The exciting new actress of Ordinary People, Elizabeth McGovern, is the beautiful chorus girl who became the mistress of millionaires and the center of a sex scandal. Newcomer Howard Rollins is Cole House Walker, the rebellious musician whose pride held a city for ransom. Ragtime. What a time it was. It was a time when a nation lived out its wildest fantasies. When a sexual obsession triggered the murder of the century. It was a time bursting with life, passion, and rebellion. When a man's pride held a city for ransom. It was the beginning of an incredible time. When the famous and the faceless made history together. Bad time. Good time. Ragtime.
So yeah, my number 8 is Milos Forman's Ragtime. Now, full disclosure, it has been a while since I've seen the movie, but it does still stick in my memory. It takes place at the turn of the century and deals with racial prejudice and strife at that time. It features James Cagney in one of his final performances as police commissioner Rhinelander Waldo. I think it's one of those Milos Forman movies that no one's gonna think about right off the top of their head when they think of Milos Forman, but I would recommend people check it out.
What movie do they think of when they think of him?
I would say One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, or People vs. Larry Flint, or Man on the Moon, or Amadeus. The one with Mozart.
Mo who?
Zot.
I waited for you to say that title just so I could do that joke. And it was like the 6th film you listed. And that's how pathetic I am. I'm like, I gotta get a joke in.
It's totally fine. But actually, like it's funny because the film came up within the last 4 years of discussion when it came to O.J. Simpson, because he was pushing to be in the role of Coalhouse Walker in the movie, which ended up going to Howard E. Rollins Jr. And his character is set up as such that he doesn't feel like race should determine his actions as a man. And when you watch the movie, I think you find that it is a very interesting portrayal of racism in that turn of the century kind of an area. And also really to watch James Cagney, even literally within the last throes of his life, still giving a wonderful performance, even though it's not supremely active, is a great thing to watch. And also it's Pat O'Brien's in the movie too, and in his final role. So it's Jim and Pat in the same film together, just showing that these two actors from that Warner Brothers era, who were in several movies together throughout their careers, were able to go out together. So lots of fun. So yeah, my number 8, Ragtime. I want to rewatch it again. Because it is like one of those historical epic movies where you're sitting down with it, like it's an evening. So,
Brad, number 8, right?
Yep.
Yes.
My number 8 is really on my list because of the story, not so much the movie itself, because again, can't remember it that well. But there was this anime that I remember watching as a kid, and I got it mixed up with a bunch of other different things, and for the longest time I couldn't figure out like what this anime was. And then I was working on something on like late at night, and I was just watching YouTube, and I got like a suggestion for it.
I remember when this happened. Yeah.
So this is my number 8.
ユニコ
ユニコにはたくさんの兄弟がいました。そしてユニコだけが人を幸せにする不思議な力を持っていたのです。何も心には響かない、そんな寂しい時には
お前のおでこにつけているその角よこしな。二人で静かにお話しする。いかがこしべいやこしべいや。すげえやユニコ。あたしだって魔女になっちゃう。だって魔法が使えるぞ。お魚だって魔法で取れるしさ。お芋のしっぽ。おばあ
絶対に営業妨害じゃん。
溢れるほどの愛と輝く勇気。今手塚治虫の原作を得て世界のサンリオが送る愛と冒険の物語、ユニコ。
ありがとう、ジョー、悪魔くん。僕がユニコーンになれるのは誰かに心から愛された時だけ。
果てしない旅をするユニコ。ユニコは春風のようにあなたの心を温かくしてくれます。81年最大の話題作、ユニコ。
Yeah, my number 8 is Unico. I think it's the Island of Magic one. There's 2 Unico movies. I'm gonna guess it's that one. And yeah, it's this unicorn, and it like is I think it's like fighting like a vampire king or something. I don't know. Yeah, like for the longest time I thought it was like this gothic anime, and then like once I saw the picture of the unicorn, I was like, oh yeah, that's that movie. Like I thought like the unicorn transformed into a person or something, and they got seduced by the like vampire king. But no, it's just this unicorn that like I think is trying to grow that horn, and can't.
Maybe he needs to see a pretty girl.
Oh God.
I'm just thinking about how we can't edit this.
Why would we need to? That was a PG joke.
No, I was thinking about the other episodes where I've edited out. Or, yeah. No, that one's fine. I'm worried about later.
Oh, gotcha.
When we get too comfortable with the conversation.
No, we'll be fine.
So yeah, Unico it's just on there because like for like 20 years I was like, what is this anime? Like I'm picturing in my head, I can't remember what it is, and it's this. Yeah, Unico has like a bunch of friends that he or she pals around with. Yeah, and like there's a castle that's getting destroyed at the end. That's all I got.
Nice. Yeah. My number 8 is a repeat already. My number 8 is Escape from New York.
Hey, that's a really good number 8 because that's like also my number 8.
I hate all of you people.
Oh, sweet. Wait, we have another sweeper video. We're on a little delay, so I'm going to watch it. But it's a tag team review. Oh, sweet. It was Marion and Indiana fighting the bad guys.
That was cool.
See, James, I don't appreciate this background because it makes the suggestion that Pliskin would want to eliminate me pretty much immediately. I like that he's hesitating, but still makes my feelings hurt.
Yeah, that's his badass phrase before he blows you away. Sorry, Zach.
I'll expand on Brad's really in-depth review of Escape from New York from earlier. So in 1997, New York is walled off, guys. Manhattan is walled off.
Yeah.
That's where they send the worst of the worst. The
you
president
mean it's walled off, kind of like in a quarantine kind of a situation. Like nobody's allowed in or out.
Yeah. So the president is stuck there. They need somebody to help. Who do they call? Fucking Snake Plissken, guys.
Yeah.
Actually, what I do like about this movie is Snake is kind of the first in the line of that style of action heroes where he's really tough and gruff and says one-liners.
Yeah. The character is so ridiculous and cool. Like you can't. The movie could actually be shittier. Well, actually, let me say it differently. The movie could be Escape from LA, and you'd still want it on your list just because Snake is so cool. Like his name is Snake, and no one's like, but really, no, yeah, he's a badass dude. And your name is Snake. He shoots people,
and he has an eye patch.
Yeah, right. Because depth perception is overrated.
Yeah, I mean it's probably pretty easy to shoot a gun with one eye because to shoot a gun accurately, you do need to have your sights lined up, but you only need one eye for that. It's cool.
He lost.
Ryan, two people have proved that's possible. Him and Taranga Leela.
he only needs one eye because he wants the playing field against his enemies to be more level. Right? If he had two eyes, their heads would just explode when they walk in the room. He'd be too cool. He'd be too deadly. He'd kill it. He'd be like that dude from the Daredevil movie where kills you with a peanut.
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
So he's got to lose an eye. That way he's got to use a machine gun because he can't quite figure out how far away you are.
Hey, James, does that same guy who kills people with the peanuts want a bloody costume?
Yeah. Anyway.
But in the R-rated version, he wants a fucking costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Zach, don't swear. You're going to get us kicked off.
Oh, tube.
That's okay. If we get kicked off of YouTube, my mom can go back to folding laundry. Or whatever else she's doing on a Sunday afternoon. That's not because that's just all she does.
We should be okay. I explicitly checked the box that said we are not for kids.
You explicitly checked the box to say that we're explicit?
Mommy, I can't wait to watch Real Nerds Podcast talk about movies from 1981.
I don't know what the chances are that of the 5 people in the chat, 20% of them are underage.
Mommy, I don't agree with James's and Ryan's selection. This is bullshit.
These guys even watch the movies on their list?
Actually, so far, no.
Anyways, James and I are right. Escape of New York is 8th best film from 1981.
Okay, whatever. Be
It's
wrong. See if I
It's a
care.
badass 8.
Yeah. Zach?
It's great because it's on people's lists. That's why it's great. Anywho.
Well,
we're on
number 7.
Well, we're on number 7? Okay, cool. My number 7 is the other werewolf movie. And here it is.
Did you hear that? I heard that. What was it? Could be a lot of things.
Yeah?
A coyote.
There aren't any coyotes in England. I'm sorry I'm upsetting you, David, but you don't understand what's going on.
I understand, all right. You're one of the undead, and I'm a werewolf.
Yes, that's right.
David, stop!
I'm going to the police. Jack was right.
Jack is dead!
Yeah, Jack is dead, and 6 people are dead. There's going to be a full moon tonight. I'm going to the cops.
Oh, be serious, would you?
You can't let them go.
Should the world know our business?
It's murder, then. Then murder it is.
Excuse me.
I'm a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Yes, love? A naked American man stole my balloons.
What?
It's the Jack! Right, fellow!
Let me through!
Sounds as hard as this.
Let me through!
Come back!
Zach's like, what are you guys doing to me? And he's literally like taking all my movies right now.
Well,
and I can't wait till he spoils everybody else's number 1.
We're literally just cutthroating everybody. No, that I will tell you right now. Don't worry about it. But yeah, number 7 is An American Werewolf in London. John Landis's werewolf entry. This is obviously the one.
Zach, you're making me have a bad moon rising. I swear to God.
Hey Ryan, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with you. Everything from the atmosphere to the characters in this script, all the way down to the music choices that Landis makes.
And there's no beheadings, so that's good.
That's
a John Landis joke. Did that land?
Yeah, not really. I was also gonna be like, he gets the police guy gets his head ripped off outside the porno theater.
Is it too soon?
No, it's not. Actually, I was rewatching it last night, Ryan, and the transformation scene is still unnerving. I would argue that the second one is even a little bit more unnerving because it shows the fingernails coming out of him and there's like blood underneath. Like that one, like really gave me the creeps last night.
You should also say Academy Award winning.
Yeah,
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, Rick Baker's makeup effects win the Oscar for this, and rightfully so. The special effects in this movie are the first transformation scene, the one that everybody goes back to, is still freaking amazing. And Jenny Agutter is lovely to look at. And Griffin Dunn is fun as his friend who keeps telling him to kill himself. So yeah, this is still a fun horror movie with the nice proper atmosphere of a Universal werewolf movie. I mean, if you haven't watched it by this point, you should probably check it out. But it's a fun time.
Yep. Brad, number 7.
I swear, I will get to movies that I've watched more than once, but not this one. My number 7 is this.
Stop the presses!
Jim Henson Home Entertainment presents...
There'll be spectacle, there'll be fantasy,
it's the movie with something for everybody. Adventure.
We're just gonna have to go down there and catch those thieves red-handed.
What color are their hands now?
Romance.
It's a frog, isn't it?
Yes.
Danger. And champagne.
Well, if you put enough sugar in this stuff, it tastes just like ginger ale.
Join those magnificent Muppets in the whodunit that does it all.
You want excitement?
Jim Henson's The Great Muppet Caper.
We should just change the name of the podcast to List of Movies.
Real Nerd's List of Movies.
Okay,
my number 7.
No, I gotta defend you. I gotta defend you, Brad, because
is one he hasn't really.
Yeah, I'm sorry. A, you haven't watched this movie. B, because
no,
it's
I've
the
watched
third.
It. Just
but it's okay. It's the third worst Muppet movie. Let's all just be okay with that, and it shouldn't be higher than number 7 because it's not even on my list. Like, you shouldn't feel bad about this, Brad. You did great. You go defend this number 7.
James, you're breaking my heart again.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I should have put Halloween 2 at 10. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, so my number 7 is The Great Muppet Caper. I think I watched this at a midnight at the Esquire recently being 4 years ago. And yeah, it's the Muppets, and it's more enjoyable as memory than the bottom 3 that I just did. So
it's better than Muppets in Space, and it's probably better than Most Wanted.
I think Carol is my favorite. Muppet Christmas Carol, and then Muppet Movie. This is the second one, right?
Yeah, this is the second one. Muppet Movie is better.
Second one after the
Muppet Movie is better. Muppets is better. Muppet Treasure Island is better.
Oh yeah,
Christmas
Carol. Muppet movies.
Christmas Carol is better.
James, which one did you just say was better than the Muppet Caper? Go back.
Oh, Muppet Treasure Island. Muppet Treasure Island is maybe the second best Muppet movie. Yeah, I think it's probably the number 2 behind. Well, no, here it's probably third because the Muppets is actually probably the best one. I think the Muppets is probably better than the Muppet Movie, and then Christmas Carol is great. Treasure Island is great. Yeah.
See, this is the shame of it being a live YouTube feed because you may watch a 30-year-old man cry right
But Zach,
now.
James
just told
you know that I'm right because they didn't make any more Muppet movies for a while after this one.
Well, they made Take Manhattan not too long after.
Yeah, but nobody watches that one either.
That's the third one?
Yeah, together again. Gee, it's great to be together again. You don't watch that one? What's wrong with you?
No. Manhattan was the one I watched at the Esquire. I'm not sure I've even seen this.
Yeah, it's because Great Muppet Caper's not that great. I just watched it because I watched all of them with Leona recently. Muppet Caper does not hold up well.
Just wait. Leona's going to grow up and she's going to be like, Muppet Caper's the best one.
No, she's not because she already had more fun at Treasure Island.
Anyway.
Sorry, Brad, this is your movie.
Cabin fever.
Yeah, I'll let someone else talk about it more in depth because they actually care about it more.
Because you don't even know whether you saw it.
Yeah, I think I just completely mixed that movie up with the other one. So,
yeah.
Ryan, your number 7.
My number 7 is another slasher film. This is a return to a certain city that takes place on a holiday. my number 7 is this film.
I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. This man, he's not human.
Universal Pictures presents Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home.
Who is it?
There was nothing within him, neither conscience nor reason, that wasn't even remotely human.
This is some kind of a joke. I've been trigger-treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is.
Janet, go tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones.
There is no place to hide. He will always find you.
What's this? It's a Celtic word. It means the Lord of the Dead.
Mr. Garrett?
Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home.
Yeah, my number 7 is Halloween 2. And Halloween substituted its atmosphere and slow burn approach to the first one for a more traditional slasher film.
Mm.
And it owes a lot to Friday the 13th, this one.
Yep.
But it's really well shot. It's really cool. It takes place in a hospital. This is the one where you learn that Michael is related to Laurie Strode.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you think that
it's yeah?
I was gonna say, you said it owes it to Friday the 13th. Do you think they didn't have like a plan to do a Halloween sequel, but once Friday the 13th hit, they were like, oh, let's just do that?
Yeah, well, yeah, they didn't. They had no notion of making a sequel.
I mean, they set it up though, because at the end, after Loomis shoots him, he's gone.
All interviews by Deborah Hill and John Carpenter state that they did not intend a sequel initially. This was brought on by
Making money.
not Joseph Wolf, Erwin Yablans wanted it, and he wanted to make The Fog with him too, and then Carpenter went over to Avco Embassy for The Fog, and Yablans sued them, and part of that settlement was you've got to do Halloween 2. Which is all in that Scream Factory Blu-ray. But, I mean, Ryan, I have a question for you on this. Do you think that they actually hold back on the gore compared to Friday the 13th? Because I'd argue that they do.
I mean, it's differently made, but the elements of him, stalking through the hospital and killing people is more in vein of Friday the 13th than the first one.
Yeah, totally agreed. Because clearly the amount of gore in there is a direct result of Friday the 13th popularity. But I was like trying to think in my head the other day of like comparing the two, and I'm like, yeah, even then Halloween 2 still manages to pull back and do a lot more stuff in the darkness and like shadows and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I still think the Halloween films probably have a higher budget and they're a little more moody. I mean, there's a film that shows up later on my list that I think's better as far as slasher films go.
I think this is all determined on your fan base too.
It can be. Well, no, No, and I'll talk about it later, and I'll explain why.
Okay, cool.
But no, I mean, Halloween 2 is a fun movie.
Yep.
And you know, I'm always down for Michael Myers.
Yeah. Who isn't down for him?
That's
We're
what I
so
mean.
down for him, we can't wait for a new one this year, which was supposed to come out last year. Stupid pandemic.
Yeah. James, number 7.
Yeah, my number 7 is a repeat. My number 7 is History of the World Part 1, which is on the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on the list because it's funny, and I've seen it. And I would say, like, of the Mel Brooks movies, like, this is not... Like, I don't actually own this one, though I've seen it a number of times. I don't think I watched it in high school because that seems like a terrible choice by educators.
No, still the best choice.
But I was going to say, and Brad or Ryan kind of hinted at this, like, I think this is one of the ones that has not aged as well in terms of like Blazing Saddles, you watch it and there's all this racial humor and you're like, yeah, but it's still pretty on point. Like it actually applies and what he's saying is correct. It's just like you're not supposed to say that. Whereas there's definitely some problematic stuff in History of the World where I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I'm gonna roll on, but like you wouldn't do that today. And it's stuff that I think it's because of the way he contextualizes it. Like some of those jokes would have been in the other movies
I just
too.
watched her
in those
SNL
movies, he's
episode. It's one of the best ones of the first season.
Right. Whereas here, yeah, like the good to be the king stuff, which like you kind of get what he's doing, but it's also just a little like more shuddery. I think when you watch it today, whereas like even when I was a kid and I first saw this for the first time, I was like, yeah, whatever. So, but yeah, I think it's good. You know, Mel Brooks. I've seen it. It's funny.
I like the background you chose because that part's really funny.
Right? Yeah. No, I mean, there's just there's a lot of really great parts about the movie. One of the things that I think lends itself really well to the Mel Brooksness of it is the fact that it is like a not an anthology, right? But it gives him the ability to have it be like a series of sketches, right? Whereas there are parts of the other movies that slow down. I mean, even like Spaceballs, there's parts where I'm like, oh, this part's a real snooze. Like, let's get on to the next bit, you know? Whereas here, you bounce around and nod. It's almost more like watching a sketch show, you know?
It's very much like a big budget version of a Your Show of Shows if they were focusing on one theme throughout the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Also, Judas, tried the mole wine. It is wonderful. No, leave us alone.
Cool. Zach, I think it's you.
All right. Well, my number 6 is a repeat. It's History of the World Part 1. Yeah. Both Ryan and James are on point with the problematic material by today's standards.
Being Orson Welles' best movie.
No. And you don't hear me trolling Cary Grant, so I don't want to hear it today. Yeah, the elements of It's Good to Be the King haven't aged particularly well. And there are other elements that play onto it. I still live in the memory of this movie, seeing it as a youngster. And this was kind of like in the middle of my discovering Mel Brooks's films. And so I still hold it high in my memory, but it's not one I go back to the most. I do enjoy the vignette sketch comedy elements of it. I still love the opening with Sid Caesar playing a caveman. I still love the gag when he's like, the first artist was born, and then naturally with the first artist came the first critic, and the way he critiques his cave painting is by pissing on it. Gregory Hines dancing, the gag about Roman red, a whole field of wacky weed, and then them knocking out the guards by making a giant blunt and chasing down a chariot with it. Madeline Kahn going down a line of men consorts and going, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes. Like, it's another example of like what if you want to watch Madeline Kahn be a genius even for like a split 5 minutes, like there's a fun.
I said, and I do like.
Yeah,
put
exactly.
Madeline Kahn in
And that's a
anything,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good sampler of her work. Like say when 8:30.
I mean, she made a lot of big choices in that movie.
Yes, she did. She made a lot of big choices, and that's why she said at the end, "Wait a minute, yes." And then also, yep. And then Cloris Leachman's bit before the French Revolution, and they talk about how we are so poor we don't even even have a language, we just have an accent. And he's like, that's right, we all talk like Maurice Chevalier. Like, so there's like little fun movie jokes inside of it too. But I do think part of the reason like why I still remember this movie a lot actually has to do with the ending of the film, where he promises a History of the World Part 2 that we're never going to get. And amongst the jokes in it is, you know, there's a Hitler on Ice, but also Jews in space. And then he makes an entire like space, Star Wars space sequence with a song called Jews in Space. I think it's still a testament to like Mel Brooks and his writing team on that film wrote a bunch of fun sketches that are still fun to watch. And the Inquisition number is a number that I think is one of the most smartly written satirical songs that's ever come out of a film, because it is audacious and brash and out of its damn mind to tackle a subject that touchy with a Busby Berkeley musical number in the middle of Torquemada's torture chamber. Like, it is a very, very bold movie, even though it's talking about stuff that's happened like centuries ago. So yeah, I would recommend people check it out with the context that not everything has held up. Like, even the Inquisition number might rub people the wrong way. Like, and I wouldn't blame them for being affected by that. But Mel Brooks means so much to me that I still look at each and every one of his films with a very, very warm heart, despite any aging that has gone on. So yeah, my number 6, History of the World Part 1.
Brad, number 6.
All right, we lost a watcher, so I got to pick it up here. Get him back on board.
We gained 2. We're at 7.
Oh, my analytics aren't showing. They're only showing 4. Anywho,
I've got 6.
My number 6 is a movie that I again watched in high school in class, and I thought it was badass then. And I watched it recently, but couldn't quite get through it. So I just fondly remember it being cool. And my number 6 is this.
A wizard's ancient spell.
Into the eyes of the dragon and the despair.
And the lust of a lord.
I must have her. One night with her.
Give birth to an empire.
Behold, the sword of power, Excalibur. The future has taken root in the present. It is done.
One man, one king.
Orion Pictures presents John Boorman's Excalibur.
Knights of the Round Table, we shall always come together in a circle to hear and tell of deeds good and brave. And I will marry.
Don't you know me, Merlin? Because I'm a creature like you.
Their magic is Merlin.
Are you just a dream to some?
A nightmare to others.
Their king is Arthur.
You are my husband.
I must be king first.
Their power is Excalibur.
I swear eternal faith to Arthur, king. Sir Lancelot, you will be my champion.
Witch's Star, greatest quality of knighthood.
True.
We're hides evil then.
Where you never expected.
I protest my innocence.
Were I not king, I would make you pay with your life.
A world of wizards, kings, warriors, queens, swords, sorcery, and desire. Forged of splendor and magic, where future meets past, flesh meets steel, and the only fear is the pain of love. Excalibur, sword of power, sword of kings.
Yeah, my number 6 is Excalibur, which is a very, I guess, a really dark, realistic take on the Arthurian legend. Like, what would you call it?
Well, the first thing it's funny because you say realistic, because the first thing I think of when I think of Excalibur is when he has sex with that lady, but he's still wearing his armor, and I don't know how that works. But
this little metal dick trap. It's like a chastity belt, but it's not locked.
Brad, I do remember what teacher I saw that one in. Mr. Odericio's class is what I saw Excalibur in.
What the fuck was wrong with your guys' high school? Holy shit.
Clearly they needed some days off. Yeah, I want to say that it was the same class that I watched History of the World Part 1 in, but I just don't remember the teacher.
It was the next day.
Yeah. Just a long weekend bender. It's just like, we're going to watch these two movies. And they're both from 1981 because there's a rights issue. No movies from probably like 20 years ago at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like, it's not realistic because there's a bunch of magic and shit in it. But growing up, the closest thing I watched to the Arthurian legend is Sword in the Stone.
Right. I was gonna say, like, it's the most not a cartoon version probably at that time, right? Like,
yeah.
Unless there's like a 50s black and white version of something, yeah.
And then Patrick Stewart's in it, so I'm like watching Star Trek Next Generation, and suddenly like Patrick Stewart's in it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. I barely remember this movie. I think I watched it when I was working at Blockbuster. Yeah.
So I swear I'm gonna get to movies that I know really well.
Well, yeah, by the end of this and I think this is one that like people like, but I think it's one that you had to see when you were like a kid in the 80s. Like you had to not have something better to compare it to.
Yeah, I bet like totally if you were like a nerd in the 80s, into Dungeons and Dragons, this was like your thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, Adam Savage spent like I've saw a thing where he spent like a week or whatever like building his own replica of the sword. Like, there's people who really love and care about Excalibur, the movie, but I don't get it.
Yeah. Also finding like how more dark and twisted the legend is with like how Arthur isn't like so heroic, he's kind of a jerk,
right?
For a bunch of the legend. Yeah, and then that poster, like how cool is that poster you just saw?
Oh, hell yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yep, that's my number 6. Ryan?
My number 6 is a repeat. Zach.
Uh-huh.
My number 6 is The Howling.
Good for you.
It's
you're better than me, clearly.
Comedy horror hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of goofy.
It's got that Dante sense of humor,
Yeah, it's a dark sense of humor. Zach touched on it. This reporter goes to a colony of werewolves. But the werewolf transformation is badass. The one where she's in the doctor's office is one of my most favorite werewolf transformations. And I always liked werewolves when they were walking on two legs and really big, kind of like superhuman wolves. And this movie delivers on it. It's gory. The poster is really awesome. I love the poster for it. I always thought it was weird at the end. Spoilers for a movie that's 40 years old. When Dee Wallace turns into the werewolf and she's looks like a Shih Tzu dog. I don't understand why she's this little whimpering werewolf. But yeah, it's an unusual film, but one I enjoy watching, and I watch it a lot just because I like monster movies and violence. And nudity. Man, that has everything I love in films. The Howling is...
This is what's called
violence.
a 4-quadrant movie for Ryan.
Yes. That's when I go to, see trailers now, I need to see if it says rated R. It better be strong creature violence, language throughout, and nudity. And then I'm sold. I don't even care what the title is. That's what's going to be the title of my film. Strong creature violence, language throughout, nudity.
Which oddly enough sounds like a foreign title, which is something you would not want to make. Like your title for it is basically the English translation to a foreign title that makes more sense in its actual language.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my number 6, The Howling. James?
Cool. So my number 6 is 6 on. These are all like actually great movies that I love, that I have seen and remember for the most part really well. My number 6 is maybe the one from this entire list that I would like pull out and recommend to people the most, because A, it's a pretty easy recommendation and it's a movie that most people have not seen. So in 1981, Lawrence Kasdan wrote 2 films, one of which we will talk about later. And the other one is one of the last and best performances by John Belushi. My number 6 is...
Hey, Suchak, hell of a column today.
He's a newspaper man with a big name in a big city.
I know what really happened on Murphy Street. And if I know, pretty soon Chicago will.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Enjoy your dessert.
He has friends in high places. He gets vacations he didn't even ask for.
The Rocky Mountains.
Oh, so you've heard of them.
Good night.
Suchek, go to Wyoming. You gotta stay healthy.
Look, you go on. Leave me here to die. I always wanted to die in the mountains. Get the view and everything.
She lives where the air is thin. She's an expert in her field. Her work means everything to her.
That's a bald eagle you're shooting at, and the American government takes it very personally.
She lives alone, and she likes it that way. She's into oxygen.
Better lay off those today.
He's into nicotine.
Every day for 13 years. Some smart Alex will try and tell me to quit.
And actually, they were both very happy. Until they met.
Out.
Miss Porter, I'll die out there.
Life is full of little trade-offs.
She found him annoying. He found her aloof.
It's nature's way.
She found herself losing her privacy. He found himself losing his nerve.
I'll be going now. See you later. Take what you like and lock up when you leave, okay?
And in the end, she found herself saving him anyway. But that's life on the Continental Divide. Continental Divide. It's about friendship, social encounters, togetherness, and survival.
Never touch anyone on the street. They'll think you need help and they'll kill you.
But mostly, it's about saying goodbye. Over.
And get up to the next stop.
And over.
Go as far as Cedar Rapids.
And over again. John Belushi, Blair Brown, in Continental Divide.
So my number 6 is a movie called Continental Divide, which is like no one talks about this movie. My mom saw it, I think, when it came out or something like that, and then made us all go watch it when I was probably 12. And it, like, especially in light of like the short film career of John Belushi and how few credits he actually has, when you look at it, you're like, oh, this is kind of like his Spanglish is like what I would compare it to. Cause like he's funny and fun, but he's definitely more serious. He plays a journalist who is working on a story and sort of gets like there's mobsters or somebody who are kind of after him. And so his editor like sends him to a cabin in the Rocky Mountains to sort of hide out for a while. And he runs into this woman who's like a nature writer, and they fall in love in the woods, but like at first don't really like each other. And then over time, like, he's a city boy and she likes nature, and then they kind of fall in love in the woods. And that's the movie. And it's really great. Like it is super underrated in my opinion, and a movie that most people haven't seen. And it really wasn't until I was going to talk about the movie here that I was looking it up, and I was like, wait, Lawrence Kasdan wrote this? Like, what the 1980 was a very good year for him, at least in how productive he was in 1980 and what ended up coming out in 81. Because I think just killing it. So
I think they just announced a Blu-ray for this from Kino Lorber.
Yeah, I haven't owned it. I had a DVD copy of it, and so I haven't probably seen it in 8 or 9 years, something like that. Because I got when I just sort of got rid of my actual DVD collection, like I haven't had it since. So in thinking about it leading up to this, I was like, that's actually the one out of this whole list that I need to go get a copy of. There's one more here that I need to go buy that movie too. But that's good to know, because I sort of assumed there probably just wouldn't be one because no one knows about this movie or cares. Even though, again, like there's only like 4 actual John Belushi movies. Like how people should have this one, So check it out, Continental Divide. It's really good.
Zach, number 5.
All right, my number 5 is going to get me in trouble.
Possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
I don't care what happens to her. She's your girlfriend. You take care of her.
All right, so my number 5 is The Evil Dead, Sam Raimi's big breakout motion picture. The story involves Ash and some other people that don't matter in the grand scheme of the Evil Dead universe.
Zach, I love you. I'm gonna let you finish, but real quick, Ryan, do you want me to knife him?
Yes.
Okay, Zach, go ahead.
Good luck doing it virtually.
No fuck you emoji on.
How do I
on Zoom?
Yeah, how do I thumbs down, Zach?
There's a chat you can just send threats to Zach through.
Let me put it this way. After this, everything has already been mentioned.
Okay, that's a fair rebuttal.
Except for one
of
them.
Yes, okay.
I don't feel a bit sorry anymore. But anyway, The Evil Dead, Ash and his friends go to a cabin. They read from a book, which you're not supposed to do because that's how you bring the demons out and the evil dead spirits. And
do they read from the book, Zach?
One of them reads from the book, Ryan.
Doesn't even know
Pretty
the movie.
sure. What?
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Tell us why it's your number 5 film.
Number 5 film? Because there are 4 other films that I enjoy more than it. But also, it had to be on the list because I've enjoyed watching this movie because of my friendship with Ryan. But
that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
So, but actually, Ryan's not the reason I first saw this movie. The first time I saw this was at the Esquire at midnight in 2012, I want to say. And my friends and I were very drunk on gin that night. And so we all kicked back and watched The Evil Dead while having a few snifters of gin. And I remember it being a blast. The music that plays off the record player when everything's going crazy, Ryan, I don't know I don't know if it's something they created for the film or it's a piece of source music, but like that creepy, like old timey music that plays in it, like I just kind of fell in love with that madness of it. But knowing not just the journey the film had to getting to this point that then it becomes like a cult classic. But also having listened to the audiobook of Bruce Campbell's memoir and him discussing the making of the movie, I do think it's like one of those films that people should watch if they want some form of inspirational story in regards to the making of an independent film, especially an independent horror movie. Even though the industry has changed and whatnot, this is still a good example of like the tough things you're going to have to go through to make a movie, period. And I rewatched it on Blu-ray not too long ago where I did all 3 of them in a row. And everything about it really still holds up, considering that it's the one with the least amount of money put into it for its effects budget and whatnot. Like, Ryan, like you have the 4K, like you can probably attest to this. Like everything still pretty much holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, oh yeah, they don't read from the book because they're listening to the recording of it.
Yeah, I was going to yell at you when it was my turn to talk about it, about how you misspoke about the film that you supposedly love at number 5. Let me just course correct you on that.
Okay. So sorry if I...
Yeah, I mean, you just disagree with me and Stephen King. It's cool, okay? It's cool.
Hey, hey, Brad, is it too late to move some stuff around on my list? I don't want to get yelled at by Brian.
I just left it off entirely.
That was a safe choice.
Well,
yeah, Evil Dead's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Also,
it's just not as awesome as Escape from New York.
No, it's not. But actually, Ryan, have you been able to watch it with the new score, or is that something that's still not available?
I haven't. I think that's only at like it was whatever print they had out.
Okay. I can't imagine. I would be kind of hard for me to want to watch it with any other aesthetic than the one that's currently on there. I don't know why. Like it's just, I'm kind of used to like, how
it'd be a weird experience for sure, because I know that movie so well that it'd definitely be a different experience.
It'd be like listening to the Philip Glass score on Dracula and being like, this doesn't belong.
Right.
All right.
Cool.
Brad, number 5.
All right. My number 5 is, I wouldn't say it's a great movie, but it's definitely an interesting. Just watching James laugh at me.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Like as an animation, I think it's pretty interesting to watch. So my number 5 is this.
Columbia Pictures presents Heavy Metal. A trip beyond the future to a universe you've never seen before. A universe of mystery. A universe of passionate fantasies. A universe of terrifying evil. A universe of magic. Heavy metal. Heavy metal, a step beyond science fiction.
Brad, for the record, as the guy who did a year where half of his list was movies he had not seen, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Nice. That's all I think about is like when I have a really lame list, I'm just like, remember that one year that James just almost didn't like watch any of the movies on his list?
You're welcome. I wanted to really set the bar low.
Set precedent. Yeah. My number 5 is heavy metal, which is just, it's kind of like an acid trip of animation. There's a story, but I can't tell you really what it is.
I've never actually seen this. I always imagined it's like weird, sexy Fantasia. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a pretty accurate. Yeah. It's like a bunch, I guess vignettes of like shorter stories. And I think there's an overarching one. It's been probably 10 years since I've watched it, so it's not terribly fresh. But yeah, I just remember being like, this is not something you would be able to follow from beginning to end. It's kind of like you just kind of sit there and you just enjoy it. You just take it, like watch all the bizarre fantasy animation that they have, and
South Park does a pretty great parody of it.
Yeah, that's more coherent than this movie, obviously. But yeah, if you want to like dip your toes into like what heavy metal is, yeah, that South Park episode is pretty spot on. So yeah, the real movie itself is just take out that, and it's it's probably like an art piece that you would just play in the background and absorb. So I think some of the imaginativeness of it is what's cool about it. So that's my number 5. Ryan?
My number 5 is a repeat. My number 5 is An American Werewolf in London. I watched this recently. Maybe not recently, maybe in the last year. It was one of my favorite Blu-rays from last year that Arrow did, and it's one of those movies that has a really dark sense of humor with its like tongue in cheek. The werewolf transformation is always talked about how innovative it is and how cool it is. And it's interesting listening to John Landis talk about it, because he said he wanted it to be painful. And David Naughton definitely makes it look painful. And all I could think of after he turns into a werewolf is I want a Dr. Pepper. And that's an old I'm a Pepper joke, because he was in that commercial.
Mm-hmm. Was he really?
Your jokes land when you have to explain them to people.
I know the I'm a Pepper commercial. I just didn't know that he was in it.
Yeah.
It's funny, Ryan, like rewatch it. Like if you think about the humor throughout the through line of that movie, like a lot of it is Griffin Dunn telling his friend, "You've got to kill yourself."
Yeah.
Like it's like it's obviously meant within the werewolf context, but it is still like abrasive to kind of hear like, well, Jesus. Like,
yeah, it's a very unusual film too. It's the rules it plays with, where he's haunted by the people he's killed.
In the limbo,
but I do love I think one of my most favorite scenes in a werewolf movie is when he's chasing that dude through the tubes. I think it's shot really well, and it kind of gives you a glimpse of the werewolf, and it just looks really cool.
And you see ads for Wendy's in the background on this in the London subways. So clearly, we ruined Britain the way we ruined ourselves.
I love Wendy's, so this movie definitely number 5 or higher. Like that chicken sandwich is real good. Like this movie is definitely on the top 5.
James, I saw that in the background in the London subways last night, and I was like, this is probably the extra horrifying part as we introduce fast food culture to this.
This movie is my number 5 because of its connection to Wendy's and Dr. Pepper.
Oh, also, there's a Marlboro ad in there, and I'm like, is the British version of the Marlboro Man the Marlboro Gentleman? Not a cowboy, just a guy in a nice Doffer hat.
But yeah, it's a fun movie. Man, like I said, it also checks boxes for me because I love, monster movies and it's funny. And yeah, check it out.
Also, like the ending with Ginny Agata crying her eyes out, like it's like the most bleak fucking ending.
Yeah, that is kind of a theme throughout werewolf films. Is usually it obviously started with the Wolfman, is it's people are cursed and they usually die at the end and it breaks someone's heart.
Yeah. There's
not too many werewolf movies where it's cool to be a werewolf. I mean, I would think it'd be awesome, but what do I know? Yeah. That's what I mean. I said there's not very many. Teen Wolf, I mean, he's surfing on cars and listening to the Beach Boys, and
I think it's the only one.
I'm trying to think. I guess Underworld, they kind of think it's cool. Like, there's
cool. I mean, it is cool enough that they made a whole series of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not this.
I think that was mostly due to the leather pants, Zach. Not.
Yes, we do love Kate Beckinsale in those films.
I think the vampires.
Fruit Brutes had a happy ending. He has his own cereal. It comes and goes, but it's there.
Yeah, needs to be here all the time. It's the best one.
No shit. You listening, General Mills?
Yeah, get your shit together.
Guys, stop it. We all know Boo Berry is the bomb, yo.
I swear I'll come to Battle Creek, Michigan, and
let this dude in here who's demanding Fruit Brute.
He's shaking the gates. Let me in.
Bring Fruit Brute. I will loot.
Cool.
James, you're number 5.
Yeah, my number 5 is not a repeat, and is a really, really good movie, but doesn't have enough beheadings for it to be on probably anybody else's list. So my number 5 is this.
Universal Pictures proudly presents a very special motion picture. Katharine Hepburn, Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda, on Golden Pond.
Listen, this Norman Thayer Jr. over on Golden Pond.
Oh, Norman, it's so beautiful. Everything's just waking up.
Ethel Thayer. Sounds like I'm lisping, doesn't it?
My, oh, my, you have on a tie.
Yes, I know. I put it there.
You look sexy.
I hear you turned 80 today.
Is that what you heard?
Man, that's really old.
You should meet my father.
Hey, oh, Mommy, darling. It means so much to him to have you here.
Look at this little fat girl, Ethel.
Sure, now he's got someone he can pick on.
Bill Ray. Bill Ray?
Yes, sir.
The dentist?
Yes, sir.
Want to see my teeth?
Oh.
We like to sleep together in the same room, same bed, if it's not offensive to you.
Said they wanted to sleep together.
You and I did, didn't we?
I guess I'd be delighted to have you abuse my daughter under my own roof. Would you like the room where I first violated her mother?
What I'd like to know is why you enjoy playing games. You seem to like beating people.
But, darling, you're wrong about your dad. He does care. He cares deeply.
I'm afraid of him.
Well, he's afraid of you. So you should get along fine. No, he won't. And you know why? Because he doesn't care. He is a selfish son of a...
I know I'm just being dumped here. Turkeys don't want me.
Bull. This is a trout. What do you do out there in California?
Cruise chicks.
What do you do with them when you have them?
Suck face.
Good God!
Hey, man, you don't have to yell at me.
He wasn't yelling at you. He was yelling at life.
What the heck does that mean?
Oh, he's like an old lion. He has to remind himself that he can still roar.
Scared me half to death. Billy! Billy! That's why I came running back here to you. See, you're pretty face.
Listen to me, mister. You're my knight in shining armor. Don't you forget it.
It seems that you and me have been mad at each other for so long.
I didn't know we were mad. I thought we just didn't like each other.
I want to be your friend.
Want to dance? Or would you rather just suck face?
Katharine Hepburn, Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda. Lord Great presents a Mark Rydell film, On Golden Pond, from Universal Pictures.
Yeah, so my number 5 is On Golden Pond, which is one of those movies that, like, you know, is like a super drama-y, people talk the whole time, and you grow up hearing about, like, On Golden Pond and how good it is, and, you know, as a teenager, you never watch it because you're like, oh, whatever, that sounds like some, you know, boring talking movie stuff. I want to watch my action movies kind of thing. And then eventually when I watched On Golden Pond, I was like, holy shit, this movie is amazing. All of the performances are great. It's a story that now, if you watch it, you've seen it before, because I think, you know, people ripped off of it a lot. But basically, like, this, I'm pretty sure he's their grandson. This older couple staying at this cottage for the summer, and it's Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn, and their grandson sort of gets pawned off on them for the summer because their parents are going to go have fun in like on vacation, and the grandson, of course, like doesn't want to hang out with the old people, and then, you know, he grows to have a nice relationship with them, and the whole time you're like, Henry Fonda is sort of like starting to lose it, and you're terrified that he's going to die in the end of the movie. And like, that is sort of the tension of the whole film. And there's a really good scene where Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn give somebody the finger. Well, that's pretty great. Yeah, it's just great. Like, if you haven't seen On Golden Pond, because you've never actually spent the time, like, you should watch it. Yeah. Also, just Katharine Hepburn is amazing. Like, all of it is amazing. Like, yeah.
James, this movie is the crux of the geezer exploitation genre. Like, this is their gold standard.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not my favorite in that genre of film, but like, it is like the template example of, like, you want to make a movie about getting old and expouting regrets but passing on lessons. This is the movie.
Yeah,
and yes, you're right. Hepburn is amazing.
And the end of the movie is really great. Like, I remember being pleasantly surprised because I thought I knew what was going to happen, and when things went down differently, I was like, oh, this is actually like way better, you know. Yeah, I just think it's a great movie if you haven't actually watched it, especially if you've just kind of heard about it, you know. Like, I had the same thing with Schindler's List, where for the longest time, like, I knew Schindler's List was good, but like, you have to be in the right mindset space to be like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and watch Schindler's List. Like, I had a similar thing about On Golden Pond, where you're like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a boring old people talking movie, but then when you actually sit down and watch it, like, it's just great. Yeah.
Best picture of the year according to the Academy.
Yeah, and it wasn't, but
nope, that's Chariots of
by
Fire.
their rule. Oh my God,
was it?
Yeah, that's right. I think it was Chariots of Fire, which is an even worse film, unwatchable. But anyway, yeah, this is not Chariots of Fire. This is On Golden Pond. It's my number 5, and that's my number 5. There you go.
Yeah, it didn't make my list, but I do like the movie. It's a testament film for both those actors.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're remembered for, unless you go back into their respective filmographies.
Yeah. And I think, you know, it probably would have made your list if Henry Fonda wore an eye patch. But, you know, that really would have broken the
you know, if Henry Fonda were in it talking about the hardships of being an Okie, or Katharine Hepburn were a society lady who had to choose between Cary Grant or Jimmy Stewart, it might have made my list.
It's really hard to fish when you don't have good depth perception.
Hey-oh, that works on so many levels.
I guess I was confused because the two leads won Best Actor and Best Actress.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. It is Academy Award winning On Golden Pond. Oh yeah, it's the best movie. I mean, I would even argue, like, screenplay wise, it is the best movie of the year. Like,
oh my God, the best foreign language film from this year was Mephisto.
Oh shit!
He's in season 2 of WandaVision.
Zach, number 4.
My number 4 is a repeat. It's The Great Muppet Caper.
Womp, womp.
This is the Muppet movie I watched the most as a kid,
Oh.
and I love it a lot.
Oh, you poor kid.
What's your
Shut
favorite?
up.
What's your favorite part where they're bumming around New York?
What's even more fun about the sweep is Brad messed up what Muppet movie
was. Was the point of doing a YouTube live stream so you could just watch me slowly die inside visually?
I just want to show people what 10 years of just whittling Zach down looks like.
That's probably the most cold-blooded sweep ever.
It's hilarious. It might even deserve to be on the list.
It really is. It is so cold-blooded. That's so good.
It's only his number 4. He's not that attached to it.
Yeah, my number 8 is The Great Muppet Caper. You know, it's the incredible story of Gonzo finding out his family's a bunch of aliens. Oh, wait.
Oh, man.
Escape from New York is my number 10, which is way worse.
I
know.
I really wish I had thought of this and like put Halloween at my number 10 one year and talked about how much I like Freddy Krueger. Like, oh, brilliant.
Yeah, my number 11 is Friday the 13th Part 2. And what I really like about it is how Freddy Krueger manages to slash his way through Camp Crystal, whatever, the mob. I actually still love the film. It's as a plot. Like, I enjoy watching the Muppets kind of go through this weird diamond heist. There's a sequence in this film that from a puppeteering and technical standpoint is still amazing, which is Miss Piggy and Kermit riding their bikes through the park with the song Side by Side. If you watch the way everything was constructed, some of it still feels like a mystery to me, but I still love that sequence. I love the opening number about how they're talking about how they're gonna be in a movie starring everybody and me.
Mm-hmm.
This must have been one of the first examples of a movie actively addressing the fact that they're in a movie for me, like one of the earliest examples, because they're in that hot air balloon and they're addressing the fact that they see the credits and they're looking at everything. I'm like, oh, that's adorable. And then the final diamond the part at the end where they're foisting Charles Grodin's plans is still pretty amazing to me. I like the film a lot. I remember the music in this film more fondly from a childhood standpoint, like the Happiness Hotel, Side by Side. Like these are songs that are still kind of ingrained in my head. Whereas the Muppet movie, Rainbow Connection and Moving Right Along are the ones that are, but everything and I'm going to go back there someday, but the other songs don't hit the same way for me. Sure. But like those 3 from the Muppet movie do. The ones in Great Muppet Caper, they're ingrained in my head more.
That first 20 minutes or so is really good for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like now Muppet Caper doesn't have my favorite Muppet song of all time. The Muppet movie does, which is I'm Going to Go Back There Someday, sung by Gonzo.
Yeah.
But this one has probably my 3rd or 4th favorite song, like in terms of a writing standpoint, with We're Gonna Make a Movie Starring Everybody and Me. So like there's still a lot for me to enjoy about it. And like this is one of the ones I'd want to show my nephew when he is up for watching a Muppet movie. He hasn't shown interest in them yet, but when he does, this one will be here ready for it. And also Diana Rigg's in the movie. When you do not want to watch Diana Rigg.
I really like Madeline Kahn. Is she in it? Can we put her in it instead?
I wish that she could have been in everything. James, I wish she was still alive. But I can't do anything about it.
Cool.
Brad, number 4.
My number 4. Finally, we're getting to something that I can actually speak pretty decently about. My number 4 was the best of this series until 2015, when the director made the best one of all time. And I'm going to team up with Ryan on this one. We're going to talk about this movie.
In the future, cities will become deserts. Roads will become battlefields. And the hope of mankind will appear as a stranger. He works alone against all odds. He may be the best chance we've got.
You want to get out of here? You talk to me.
The Road Warrior. Pray that he's out there. Somewhere.
Ryan and I's number 4 is The Road Warrior. Mad Max 2, if you're from Australia. It's an amazing action movie.
Yeah, my favorite thing about these films is, it's a simple story. They're looking for fuel, and there's evil like warlords around.
Yeah,
but
they're just trying to get this oil tanker from one place to another.
Yeah, but the visually and how it's shot and the action it's just, they're incredible films. They really are.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Brad, how old were you when you first saw it?
It's probably I think 2008, 2009.
Okay.
When I got my Netflix DVD thing going. So
yeah, because I'm realizing, so it's higher on my list, and I took a second because I was like, why do I remember this more fondly? And it's because I saw this movie. I know my brother showed me this movie when I was young enough to not think that the assless chaps and stuff were weird. Like to not think that stuff was weird and funny. I just thought look at this badass, apocalyptic thing where people don't have the backs of their pants. And so for me, I remember being, 10 years old and thinking this is the coolest thing ever. And then I don't even think my brother showed me the first one or the third one for years. A, because there's too much rape, and B, because the third one sucks. But there was a period of time there where this was the pinnacle of apocalypse movies for me. And I bet that's why. Because if I'd seen this when I was 20, I'd be like, there's some cool, this is a cool action movie, but there's some weird, very 80s stuff.
Yeah.
So you're going off of the initial release and not the U.S. release then?
Well,
I'm only saying because I didn't put it on my list. I would have put it on my list, but I was going off of the 82, the May 21st release.
Oh yeah,
I went by whatever Letterboxd said, and it says 81.
Oh,
so
yeah, gotcha.
But
okay.
yeah, technically it's when it debuts, because we really want to split hairs, Evil Dead didn't get a wide release until 83.
I wasn't alive, so I didn't get a chance to see either of them in theaters.
That's fair. I guess I wasn't. I went through Letterboxd too, but I didn't look through it, so I guess I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, when we
Next
come back
year,
to
though, I'll put it on there.
82, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from a filmmaking standpoint too, just, they're not, they don't have the biggest budgets, but they make a hell of a motion picture.
Yeah.
With
they make use of their environment.
And, Max is a lot like Snake for me, in so much that this is when you started seeing the action heroes where they're just like tough dudes.
Yes.
And, there's no, what draws you to them is they're also kind of anti-heroes. They're not clean cut. They're all like just badasses,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I love these kind of films. And growing up, my dad let us rent whatever we wanted, but he also kind of nudged us into what to get, so that's how I saw stuff like Predator and Commando and Mad Max.
Yeah.
That's how I saw films like this, because my dad loves these kind of movies where it's just basically balls to the wall action.
Yeah.
And that's where my love for these films comes to, is my dad loves them.
And it's kind of a cool twist at the end too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this probably was my escape from New York. Like, he was my Snake Plissken when I was a kid, and I think the way to explain it is that when I remember this movie, like as a kid, I remember being amazed at this movie, and in my head, it probably being as cool as Fury Road actually is. Like the truck sequence in Road Warrior was like, there were 2 truck sequences this year. One of them is the greatest action sequence of all time. And then there's also this one from Mad Max. And it's just awesome, But then, of course, when Fury Road comes out, you're like, oh, shit. All right, well, don't ever watch Road Warrior again.
Yeah, every time I'm like, I should watch Road Warrior again, I'm like, if I really want to watch Fury Road.
Exactly, right? Because it's really them taking one scene from Road Warrior and making it the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
It's also that great example of how to utilize a hero, which without... I still love the fact that Max virtually has no dialogue. He's very much a silent character. He's very much a silent movie character. He moves through cinematic trope of just doing rather than talking or expounding dialogue. And so he comes off as a more potent and mysterious and imposing figure to a degree. And in a sense, with Road Warrior and Fury Road especially, Max is kind of like a side character in his own headline movies. Because the bigger story in Road Warrior ends up being more about this community, and what they're up against.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it's a good movie. I'll put it on 82. I do like the movie. It's fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
James.
It's me now. I wasn't prepared. Yeah, my number 4. My number 4 is a repeat. Yeah, my number 4 is Evil Dead. So sorry, Ryan.
Nice. It's okay.
But it's honestly just because is it the weakest out of all of them? And I don't want to say it that way because it's revolutionary, but it's one of those where it's I don't go back to this one as much because I watch all the other ones more often. I think, I
don't think that's an unfair statement.
Yeah.
It's still a good movie, but when you're comparing it to, Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness is my favorite film of all time. So
right.
Of course I think it's not as good.
How about if we're comparing it to the reboot?
I like
I actually had a conversation about this the other day, and I think it's too hard to compare them because the reboot, I think it's just a continuation of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more mean and more visceral. Yeah. Where this one, it's gruesome, but it's also kind of funny because it's so over the top.
Yeah.
Where the remake is pretty hardcore,
and it's more grounded in reality.
That remake is one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had in a theater. Especially because the build up to it. I remember talking to Ryan beforehand and being like, Brian, how hard of a time am I going to have with this? And he was like, yeah, it's going to be rough, you know? And it was like, I showed that movie to my wife. Sorry, Mom. And I still I think she's got a little bit of like shell shock from watching that movie. Like when Halloween comes around, she's like, I don't want to watch that. Like that was too much. Yeah, but I love the original one. Like, you know, of course I own it. I've got that cool steelbook version. But yeah, I just don't go back to it as much because the other ones end up being a little bit more, either they're more fun as the fun version or they're more as the version. So yeah.
I think this one's got like an amalgamation of all the things that make the others great, but it's still trying to find its step. Like it's not going into truly silly territory like Army of Darkness does, but it's not leaning into the harder core serious moments that the remake does.
Yeah.
So like it's a stepping stone movie.
The two,
but it's still amazing to watch.
Yeah, the two really biggest compliments I will give it is it's the best horror film of 1981 because it's the only one I put on my list. And if I were making my list from a historical importance perspective, it would probably be my number 2. Because what he does in that movie and from like an independent film perspective and I think that movie is really important despite the fact that like I don't return to it as much. So anyway, that's my number 4.
Yep.
Zach, number 3?
All right, my number 3 is a repeat. It is Rick Rosenthal's Halloween 2. I feel like in the world we live in now, this movie is this high on the list because of memory alone and spending so much time with the franchise and not necessarily because of the quality. The bottom line is that when I was younger, because all we had was the established continuity that Michael and Laurie were brother and sister, I ran with it. As I got older and started leaning towards the idea of like, but what if they weren't? And what if it didn't matter? That's when this movie starts to kind of dip for me, but it still has all the things I want in a Halloween movie in it. For the most part, it is still relying on what you don't see, but there is plenty of gory moments to satisfy that slasher motif that we're getting starting in the early 80s, thanks to Friday the 13th. Like, I think that the nurse who Michael kills in the hot tub, that's still a very visceral death with her head being dunked in and you see the scalding skin coming off. I think that the room filled with blood on the floor, it took me a while to figure out if Jimmy died or if he just went unconscious after falling, because then he comes back out of the hospital, gets in the car, and then he just fucking falls onto the horn of the car, and then thus attracting Michael's presence. So then Laurie has to get out of that car and then go to the front door. And in fact, Jimmy's fate is usually pretty unresolved unless you watch the other cut where he goes like, we made it. But like, we still have Laurie Strode. She's not really active in the movie because she's really not that important. Like, she's literally just there to keep the continuity from the first one. But it is a movie that, like, in terms of a sequel picking up immediately where the first one left off, the movie does a really good job at adhering to a continuity in terms of the look and the atmosphere of it, considering the fact that the movie comes out like a good couple of years after the first one. And so they still keep it in that 70s aesthetic for the most part. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. One of the reasons I loved this series when I started watching it was Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis. And in 4, 5, and 6, he becomes more of a cartoon character. In this one, he's still very much the same doctor from 1, but he's just become unhinged because he's just tried to take down Michael Myers. He's put 6 bullets in him, and Michael Myers got back up. To watch him react to that over the course of this movie is still an interesting performance. I appreciate the level of him still bringing that Van Helsing vibe to everything, and then him having the standoff. Like, I still love him basically telling Laurie to get out, and then pulling out his lighter as Michael's walking around blind, and he goes, "It's time, Michael," and he lights that lighter, and the whole thing goes fucking up in flames. So yeah, it's still a fun movie. I think Rick Rosenthal shot the hell out of it too. Like, it does look aesthetically in keeping with the first one, and a lot of that has to do with Dean Cundy returning to DP it. But he clearly knew how to get that same vibe that Carpenter was bringing from the first one. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still worth watching, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. If you're a tangential watcher of it like James, you're probably not going to like it. But
I actually really wanted to get this onto my list because I really like Weird Al Yankovic, but I just couldn't quite make it work. So
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is fine as well. This is a different Halloween 2.
I don't know anything about that. I just like that guy's music.
Anyway, also this is the first of two Halloween films first of 3 or 4 actually, because Rob Zombie utilizes it as well. Where Mr. Sandman is a song that's strewn about the Halloween franchise, which is oddly appropriate for it. Like, it's not my favorite song association with Halloween, but it's fine. Like, and it works. I like the way it kicks off H2O. So yeah, Halloween 2.
I really like
mostly there for.
I like that Star Wars one he did. Most of Running with Scissors is really good.
Little ditty about Homer and Marge.
Ryan, you still there?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the rambling to stop.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done listening to James troll me for how many minutes?
Brad, you're number 3.
Yeah. Speaking of horror movies, Ryan, will you help me with this one?
You know it.
Hello?
On a June night in 1980, Friday the 13th, 12 of her friends were murdered. Why should Friday the 13th, 1981 be any different? Friday the 13th, Part 2. The body count continues. 14.
All doomed. You're all doomed.
15. God. 16.
Help!
17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23.
Sandra? Jeff?
The day you count on for terror is not over. Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Yeah, my number 3 and Ryan's number 3 is Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad, go ahead.
No, you know more about it than I do. Yeah, it's just a direct sequel to the first one. except now we get to see we bring a supernatural element into the franchise because Jason Voorhees is a full adult man, and he continues his mother's kill streak. And I
Some
remember
say he never died, Brad. Some say his body was never found.
You're doomed. You're all doomed. The only part of it I was disappointed, like, after watching the first one, I'm like, okay, cool. Finally to see Jason Voorhees with the hockey mask. And he still doesn't have the hockey mask in this movie. But he's got a cool bag over his head. Yeah, a lot of sweet kills, Ryan.
Yeah, rewatching it lately, I keep on appreciating this one a little more. It follows a lot of the same beats of the first one, where it kind of slowly introduces you to the characters, and then it ramps up towards the end, which is a formula pretty much for all the Friday the 13th. But what I really loved about this one is the score is really great, and I think Jason is pretty scary the last 20 minutes of the film, where he's chasing
Ginny
around, and just everything about it, the music and the way it's shot. I think Steve Miner brings a lot more energy to the film than Sean Cunningham did.
Mm-hmm. Sean just kind of a lot of it's just the camera's sitting back and voyeuristically like watching everybody until a kill.
Yeah, I agree. And Miner kind of puts you in the scene a lot more. I think his shots are a little tighter.
You feel like the kids are actually like really being like viciously stalked.
Yeah, and Jason's really, he's really mean in this one, and he's scary.
In the game, he's like the toughest version, right? Like he's the most powerful.
Yeah, it's an unusual film too. You can trick him into thinking that you're his mom, and that's how they beat him.
I was gonna say, Ryan, I actually like that part of the movie a lot the more I watch it, because I do find it like this interesting angle that they never, rightfully so, they never go back into it after that. But like, I kind of like the idea of like that is one way to try to get the upper hand on him, at least this early on in the series.
Yeah, well, obviously they played that he's not smart, but
right,
his way he gets people kind of proves that he is. But yeah, no, like I said, rewatching it, I just appreciate it more. Like the last 20 minutes, I think are some of the best in the series, where it's just that, the music with the violins and Jason chasing them, and it's pretty. It's a fun Friday the 13th film.
Yeah, and that great stunt of him jumping through the window.
Yeah,
that's grab her at the end.
That's on. Friday 13th kind of piggybacked off of the Carrie jump scare at the end, where don't get too comfortable because they're gonna come back.
I always thought Alapalooza was an underrated album.
Yep, Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark.
Yeah, but then there really wasn't like I thought there should have been like him singing to the Jurassic Park theme, and it wasn't on there. So
yep.
James?
Oh yeah, me. Cool. So my number 3, hot take. I think this is my favorite Bill Murray movie. Sorry. This is it.
You're a bum. And that's all you'll ever be. A bum.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job? Personal problems got you down.
You can't go! All the plants are gonna die!
I've lost my job, my apartment, my car, and my girlfriend.
Well, the Army can turn your life around.
Before I knew it, she was walking next to me, singing, do I did it, dum did it do.
Join a whole new breed of professionals.
Oh my God, mama!
Learn what it's like to feel like a man. get your body into incredible shape. Master important career skills.
What are you going to do with that?
This and this.
And represent your country in foreign lands.
Chicago. Bang, bang.
So if you're a man who likes to take charge of your own life,
You're different. You're weird. You're a mutant. You're a killer. You're a trained killer. You're a lean, mean, violent machine. I'll do
and this looks like your kind of challenge,
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack.
join the wackiest group that ever put on a uniform.
Gentlemen, this is the EM-50, Urban Assault Vehicle.
And ride with them as they blunder across borders.
Hey, Louis, get this thing moving. Come on.
You're dangerous, you know that? All right, steady.
We got one heavily armed recreational vehicle here, man.
Oh, this is interesting.
Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom.
Yeah, my number 3 is Stripes. I love this movie, and genuinely, especially if you'd asked me when I was a teenager what my favorite Bill Murray movie was, it was this one. Like, and I would totally understand people saying that Ghostbusters is funnier, because I'm sure it is, but like something about, I think Stripes was on TV a lot, so I watched it a lot, so I knew it really well. And yeah, I just always thought it was really funny. I don't know. There's not much else there other than just I really like Stripes. John Candy's really good in it. So yeah, that's my number 3.
It's a fun movie, you know, because what I like about it is, I know I mentioned my dad showing us, Commando and things like that, but he would also show us stuff like Full Metal Jacket and Platoon.
Yeah.
And then when you want to watch a movie like Stripes, you appreciate it because it's funny and not heavy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure it's one of those things where, like, if you hadn't seen it when you were younger, and so this whole weird story about like them making a super Winnebago and going behind enemy lines in a Winnebago probably comes off as like, what? This is weird. But like, to me, that's just what happens in the movie. Like, that just is what happens. So I always thought it was really funny. Like, yeah.
I don't remember it really well, but is the end just like it just kind of goes off the rails and
totally
like abandons Bill Murray for a bit?
I don't think it abandons him. He's like, it's because they get split up when they go behind enemy lines, and so it's not like it's just about Bill Murray and Ivan Reitman anymore. Or not Ivan Reitman. Harold Ramis. So I could see how you could see it that way, but I don't think it really abandons him.
I don't remember it
I don't
that
think
well.
it captured at some point. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I just always thought it was really funny. So there you go. Stripes, watch it.
Nice.
Zach?
All right. My number 2 is The Right Movie in the Right Place. My number 2 is Escape from New York. It's a repeat also.
Oh, fuck. You got fucked.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah.
Almost like you did with The Fog.
Mm-hmm. Look,
it's almost like you overvalue John Carpenter.
No, I think if anything, you people undervalue him, and I don't appreciate this disdain for Mr. Carpenter and his penchant for playing Fortnite these days. Now,
Is he really?
he's apparently a big video game head. Yeah, no.
He and Ice-T.
I think of the.
Sorry, I just had this image of like him and Ice-T playing Call of Duty on a couch, and it made me happy.
That's actually a really fun image in my head now too.
It's video games too. I'm just like, when does that guy have the time to play video games?
Yeah.
Making 2 movies a year.
But anyway, Escape from New York is a film that I kind of got into later in high school, and I kept rewatching it my senior year a lot. I think a lot of it has to do with in terms of an action film. I appreciate the aesthetic he brings to New York, where it's a horror hybrid. So it's not strictly just an action movie. It's also got a lot of a horror vibe to it, and there's genuine tense moments throughout the movie, especially when he's wandering through the different like hovels of New York. And I do appreciate Kurt Russell getting into this Clint Eastwood type of mode. I think it's like one of those. I think if people who are big fans of it are fan for a reason. Like, he is an ultimate badass. Like, and he does cavort himself in that manner. If anything, everyone else around him is kind of building him up. Snake doesn't want to be there. Snake wants to just. Snake's under the impression he's gonna die anyway, because he's basically being. He's about to be like. He's about to be executed until Lee Van Cleef pulls him out and goes like, "I've got a job that'll give you your freedom." And he's just like, "Well, I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck your president. No, I'm done. You caught me. Whatever." Like, I just there's something about the way he carries himself that I appreciate that kind of a character, to the point where Escape from LA does the same thing at the very end, but in a much more. I don't hate it, but it's a different way. The whole impetus with Escape from New York being that they have to get this tape played at this world conference that Donald Pleasance is supposed to attend. By the time that gets to the end and he's about to make his speech to the world, and he plays the tape and it's just Cabby's music tape, and you see Snake Plissken unwinding the tape and just like saying like, fuck it. Like, he doesn't care about world peace. Like, the world peace doesn't matter. It's not necessarily an indictment on the world he sees him in so much as just like, none of it's going to matter because you're still going to keep this institution around. And it's not like Escape from New York has the heaviest themes going on about it, but I appreciate this kind of like fuck it mode that the movie decides to go into by the very end. And having that kind of Snake make that kind of choice at the end. And there's a plethora of wonderful supporting players, from Harry Dean Stanton on down to Isaac Hayes playing the Duke of New York, #1. And Donald Pleasance is not the greatest movie president we've ever had, but he's the most hilarious looking U.S. president in movie history that we've ever had. Because, first of all, Donald Pleasance is a British native. Why is this guy the president of the United States? I guess it doesn't matter. And why are you showing a still from Lockdown? I hate you. Actually, I've never seen Lockdown, but I've heard that it's basically this movie in space.
This movie's called Lockout. Lockdown is a movie with Anne Hathaway. Lockout's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Then I'll have to check out Lockdown, Lockout, whatever the fuck. Yeah. But yeah, no. And it's a score that I still go back to. I like John Carpenter's scores a lot. This is one that I listen to even more so than like The Thing, and The Thing's like a better movie for me, but this one is like
The Thing is
the score for this one though is just a lot of fun. Like, it's a pretty solid like early 80s action movie kind of a score. And I actually like what he ended up doing with the remixes of it for Escape from LA, which again, that movie's not perfect, but still get a lot of fun and joy out of it. See, you're just being mean. You're just being mean. And leaving
jokes on a podcast.
Brad, I'm really regretting this whole feed decision.
Finally, after 10 years, we can finally get our visual gags out of the way.
And Lee Van Cleef, basically being the man that pulls him into this whole scheme, is just it's the whole casting across the board is super appropriate for the movie. Like there's not a wasted character to me in that movie. Like even down to Ernest Borgnine playing Cabby. Like that's just a fun little side character that really only becomes important because of his tape at the end. But I appreciate the movie a lot, and it's one that I still go back to more often than not when it comes to Carpenter. I think it's this, The Thing, Halloween, obviously, but then after that, like The Thing, Escape from New York, and then In the Mouth of Madness. I think that if people haven't given it a watch yet by this point, I think they would owe themselves a favor to do so, because they keep trying to remake this movie. And the more I rewatch this one, I'm like, I don't think you need to. I'm not opposed to remakes, but I think this one's fine just the way it is. Like, you could probably leave this one alone and be fine. They also technically tried that with Escape from LA and everybody shit their pants. So clearly we can't remake this movie. And I haven't seen Lockdown, James, so I don't know if it's a good remake.
It's called Lockout.
Okay, whatever.
And they weren't trying to remake it. They were just trying not to get sued, and they failed.
Okay.
I've actually watched it within the last year. And it's not
Escape
great.
from New York or Lockdown?
Lockout. I watched Lockout in the last year. And about halfway through the movie, Brooks paused it and said, "Oh, I didn't realize I picked a shitty movie."
Your wife's super smart.
Yeah. Yeah, but she hasn't seen Escape from New York. I didn't show her that one because, like, why?
Well, that's when she's going to say to you, "Oh, I didn't know you picked a great movie."
Brad, move us out of here.
Yeah. So we're on my number 2.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna enlist Ryan's help for this
Oh,
one.
fuck.
Because my number 2 is...
Did y'all call each other? Ryan, you got to turn your video on because I think you guys are wearing the same shirts today.
Baby.
Yeah. My number 2 is The Evil Dead. And Ryan's my ace in the hole for talking about it. So why don't you take it away, Ryan?
So many years ago, there was a book called the Necronomicon. No, it's obviously made by my favorite director. It's my favorite horror film series. The Evil Dead is amazing. It's what happens when you have a really creative person being able to express something the way they want to express it. And I mean, it signaled the arrival of Sam Raimi and all his, his techniques. And for someone who is as young as he was during this time, it's pretty impressive. And the making of it is even more impressive. I have a book called The Evil Dead Companion, which just talks about them making this movie and what they went through to get it done. I mean, it's guerrilla filmmaking. The scene at the end where they're all like melting and it looks like Play-Doh was shot in Sam Raimi's garage because they wanted to add like another punch to it. And I mean, the story's simple. It's these kids go to a cabin in the woods, turn on a tape recorder that chants evil ancient things from a long time ago, and it brings alive some monsters that you never really see that just like go really fast through stuff and chase people. I always thought it was a really interesting choice because you never see what this thing is that chases people, but it scares them. And this one is a straight horror film. I mean, it's, the part where she stabs herself in the ankle and moves it around. Or when she hums that "We're gonna get you" it's creepy. but it's also so over the top that it isn't as tough of watch as some other horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's on every one of our lists, so that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that could top it is if all of us had the same number one. So
I mean, I can't believe that might actually happen.
at this point, I wouldn't be able to believe it if it didn't.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Brad, is there anything you want to add to Evil Dead?
Not really. It's just it's such an impressive bit of filmmaking. For someone, it's their first film. It's really inventive on a low budget. The other two, they get sillier as they go. So this one's, more of a straightforward horror movie, and I like the silliness more from the other two. But yeah, it just as a filmmaker, it's just so impressive to watch how inventive he was with what he was doing.
And I think if I remember right, man, I think it was made for $90,000, and I mean that's really impressive. And you got some of Sam Raimi's slapstick humor in it, and I think that's why when Evil Dead 2 comes around, he has a bigger budget, so he can kind of go more balls to the wall and make it sillier and also frightening. Which I'm sure he might have tried with this one if he had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
Because if you watch their old Super 8 films, which you can find, this is based off a short called Within the Woods. There's a lot of Three Stooges moments in them. So he's always done that kind of silliness.
Yeah. It seems like, okay, we're going to make our feature film. Let's take this seriously. So they probably scaled that back a bit.
Yeah.
But when they got the freedom to we get a chance to remake this movie, let's do it the fun way that we like. So, and we have more money. Great. So yeah, it's awesome.
Hell yeah. Cool. James, number 2.
My number 2 is a repeat. My number 2 is The Road Warrior, a movie where Mel Gibson fights this dominatrix dude. So like I said before, this was a movie.
That's the whole plot. It's just that.
Yeah, there's a lot. The costume changes, the costume decisions in this movie, looking back, are fascinating. But
it reminds me of I was driving to Colorado Springs recently, and there's just a street called Leather Chaps. Like Alameda. It's just Leather Chaps Boulevard or something. Like that's not as cool as you think it is.
So this is a movie that definitely defined an aspect of what I thought was cool, which is an interesting sentence in light of what we're talking about. But what I really mean is the truck sequence, that truck chase is such a cool action scene. The twist at the end of it is so good. Again, if you'd asked, 15, 16-year-old me for a list of top 10 action movies of all time, this might have been on there simply because of that part. I just always thought, I thought the character was cool. I would almost argue, if you could put them in their context, I still think this might be a better movie. If you thought about it in terms of okay, you either get, Road Warrior the year it came out by comparison to everything else, or, Fury Road the year it came out. If you could live in that context, I just think it's really cool. And pretty impressive for the budget of that film and whatever. So anyway, The Road Warrior is awesome and was always one of my favorites. And then, you get Fury Road and it's like a dream come true. So that's my number 2.
I just realized this dude's rocking the hockey mask a year before Jason gets his.
I know. Yeah. Maybe it makes you wonder what Jason's got on under the rest of his clothes, right?
Assless chaps.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to take a break to acknowledge a first for the show.
Yeah.
We all have the same number 1.
Yeah, which is not that hard to say because it's the greatest adventure film of all time.
You know what? I wish I could say I had planned this, because I think 2 other times we were close. Like I think Who Framed Roger Rabbit was one of them, where like I put it at my number 2, and you guys all had it as number 1.
Yep.
So I'd like to say that I planned this, where I was like, no, it's gotta be 81, but I didn't.
Mhm.
And here's the trailer.
For nearly 3,000 years, man has searched for the lost Ark of the Covenant.
The Bible speaks of the Ark leveling mountains and laying waste to entire regions. Not something to be taken lightly. No one knows its secrets.
Jones, do you realize what the Ark is? It's a transmitter. It's a radio for speaking to God.
An army which carries the Ark before it is invincible.
The Ark. If it is there, Atanis, then it is something that man was not meant to disturb.
It is protected by forces beyond imagination. It is desired above all treasures on earth by those who are good, trust me, and those who are evil.
I'll tell you everything.
Yes, I know you will.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let her go.
We have no time. If you still want the Ark, it has been loaded onto a truck for Cairo.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. A film from Steven Spielberg and George Lucas.
Hey, Zach, why don't you go ahead and introduce the film for us? Just kidding. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. Fuck you, Zach.
Hey, Brad, is it too?
It's all
hey,
right,
Brad,
everyone.
is it too late for me to make a change and put Great Muppet Caper at number 1?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, the graphics been made.
Okay.
That's what you really want.
So normally I would, talk about why my pick is the best, but James, this is one of your most favorite films, so I think you should wax poetically about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I've done that a number of times on this show. So I've told the story of like the fact that this movie is so good, it taught me about how character and story actually work. There's a whole sequence where the villain of the movie explains to you how to create a good villain. But I mean, I think especially in this year with all the stuff we've talked about, the biggest thing is to talk about like, I think specifically what Frank Marshall does as the second unit director, creating the action sequences for this movie, most specifically the truck sequence, is legendary. I mean, this movie, like, I think 2 or 3 of the action scenes in this movie would be listed as the greatest action set pieces of all time. You see people try to do some of this. What was it? I just saw a trailer or something. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has like a truck sequence that is very like reminiscent. Like you've seen people try to do it and it just still doesn't quite measure up. It is an absolute masterpiece. And then I think I would also talk about Marion Ravenwood and the fact that this is a movie ahead of its time as far as creating a female heroine who's actually really cool, who's not just a damsel in distress, even though she serves that purpose from time to time. Like she's a cool, inspiring, fun character. We're not going to talk about the underage sex thing. And and it's somebody that like when I watch that movie, like I'm thrilled by and excited for, and like watching her smack people in the face with frying pans and escape and all of that stuff.
I feel like she has the same level of agency as Princess Leia, which makes sense given who's making these.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, she's definitely a passenger in the story, similar to Princess Leia, right? Where like we're all going together to wherever it is we're trying to get, but you know, every now and then Princess Leia is going to take the blaster and shoot down the thing and jump into the garbage chute. Same thing with Marion. I think that maybe the relationship there is even better, right? Like that first scene between, which now that I say we're not going to talk about the underage thing, I'm going to specifically talk about that scene. But that first scene where like he goes and meets her at the bar and like she gives him hell, like you just can't help but love her. Like she's great. It's just a really well written character. And yeah, I adore that movie. I could watch it every day forever. It's just a lot of fun. It is a perfect film. I just don't think, you know, I just don't know that you could really fix it or make it better. So,
what's fun is that it's universally loved too. I took when movies theaters started reopening, they were showing classic films, and Kellen loves going to the movies, and Kellen loves action movies. And so they were playing Raiders of the Lost Ark. And so I asked Kellen, because he saw it about a year ago, and he always remembered it when Indy was hanging off the truck and, you know, trying to hang on, and he gets shot and, you know, he's fighting the bad guys. Kellen loves that scene. So I asked if he wanted to see that in the movie theater. And he said, yeah, I do. So when I went to see it at the Highlands Ranch 24, it is the most attended film I've seen since they've reopened the films. It was sold out. People were cheering. People were laughing. And nothing's more cool than watching a movie that you love and that is that well made still hold up 40 years later. That everything about it's iconic. When I was a kid, I wanted to be Indiana Jones. You know, I wanted the fedora. I wanted the whip. And my appreciation for Raiders is I can't even put into words because it's such an important film to me. I just love everything about it. And that my little boy loves the film too is just the cherry on top of my movie Sunday, because that's what it sounds really lame, but when I now that my little boy's older, you know, I'm always afraid to show him movies that I love, because is he going to love these movies like I love these movies?
Yeah.
And I can say that he loves the Indiana Jones movies like I love the Indiana Jones movies. That he can tell you why he loves them is really fun too. You know, he loves them because Indiana Jones, he said, is a very tough guy, Daddy. And so I said, well, what do you mean, Kellen? He said, well, when he's hanging off the front of the truck, you have to be really strong. And I said, you do have to be really strong. And and I just love the iconic shots in it. You know, when he goes to the bar at the beginning and his shadow is cast along the wall, and Marion knows who it is right away because of his shadow. When they're digging in Egypt, I think the shot of just them with the sunset is incredible. I could just go on and on about this movie, why I love it. Brad, why is it your number one film?
Yeah, it's far above the others number one. You know, look, like trying to make this list, and you know, like I like Evil Dead and The Road Warrior and Friday the 13th, but like those caliber of movies, like Raiders is so far ahead of all those. It's incredible for this year. It's a great adventure movie. It's a great love letter to the old serials. Mm-hmm. You know, it would be easy to make like a Zucker Brothers lampooning of the serials, but you know, Lucas and Spielberg made something like is its own thing. You know, it's James Bond for Americans. You know,
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, the stunts are great. They could have just copied what the serials did, the low budget soundstage serials, but they brought it into like a larger world and like elevated it. And I've said it before, like Last Crusade is my favorite because it plays with the puzzle solving aspect of this mythical archaeology type thing they're doing. But Raiders is just like this great template for the action adventure movie. Like it still works without needing to be as clever as Last Crusade is. So
you know what it is? I realize it's wish fulfillment in a similar way, and this is going to sound crazy, but let me get there. In a similar way to like the Transformers movies. And what I mean is that like when you're a kid and you're smashing your action figures together and pretending that they're fighting, like Transformers is sort of like this is how cool in your head as a child, like what you might have dreamt of as like these big action scenes where buildings are falling down and it's crazy and it doesn't make any sense, right? Like Indiana Jones is kind of like the wish fulfillment of what those adventure books and those adventure serials like kind of hoped they could have been. Like it's so bizarrely, like it's like a perfection of that idea. Yeah. Man.
Zach, why is it your number one film?
Oh my God. I mean, well, number one, if I didn't have it at number one, I probably would have. I would have regretted it down the line because I do go back to this movie a lot.
Oh, you would have regretted it. I'll guarantee you that.
I mean, and this when I say that it has nothing to do with the shit that would have gotten thrown my way in the grand scheme of Filmsplosion history with me. It does have more to do with the fact that there are times when there's a difference between what means more to me personally versus what is objectively like no, like anybody anywhere hasn't seen this movie, they need to watch it immediately. I would say it's Raiders of the Lost Ark before Escape from New York, even, which I love Escape from New York. So it's a fun movie that I go back to a lot. But Raiders of the Lost Ark is an essential film that is essential not just for the reasons of its posterity and its pop culture iconography and its beloved factors on it. It's a movie that I have found within the last couple of years, especially, to be a valuable teaching tool for how you see the lineage of where films started in the early days of cinema up to that point in history. And perhaps it's because of what I've started doing on my own stuff, or just listening to other filmmakers talk about these older adventure films from the era, like a Gunga Din, where people like Kasdan, Lucas, Spielberg are drawing off of their film heritage to tell their version of that story. Because I am like a proponent of like writing original stories this day and age. It's not about writing an original story. It's about taking tropes that we all know and love and writing your version of it. It's your version of that story, but the story's always been there. It's a timeless tale. And I appreciate that this is kind of like the cream of the crop example for it. The dialogue is pitch perfect. The action filmmaking is on point here. Not just the truck scene, but the scene in the bar. The opening, especially the opening. I love the opening where we establish that, like, let's put aside for the fact if you were not growing up when I did, where Indiana Jones is already established. If you're going into a movie theater in 1981 and you see that opening image of Indiana Jones coming out of the darkness and going into light, like that, like there's a shade of darkness about it that Spielberg is using to suggest, like, you know, this isn't like strictly just your good guy. He can get dirty if he needs to. So there's wonderful examples of film imagery being utilized to teach a young film goer about how you identify a character and what creates this kind of, I don't know if Indiana Jones is necessarily like a purely anti-hero, but he makes a lot of anti-hero choices because he's not afraid to get dirty. But like, what's the one thing you know about him that can clearly identify him as the ultimate good guy is he flat out says it belongs in a museum. Like, we know what he's all about. We know that ultimately, at the end of the day, he is doing things for the right reasons.
He'd actually be a better hero if he had just let the Ark do its thing and not try to keep the Nazis from getting it. Could have stopped Hitler, but just had to put it in a museum.
Don't worry, Brad. It didn't go to the museum. It's being examined by top men.
What?
I see what you mean.
Men.
Because if he hadn't, like, the Nazis would have come and got it after Belloc gets killed, and then they would have opened it again.
Directly to Hitler.
Yeah, they would have brought it to Hitler, and Hitler would have opened it again and then gotten his face melted. Man, wow, Indiana Jones is the villain. we just ruined this movie.
And in 3, he's actually excited to get Hitler's signature. I'm wondering whose side Indiana Jones is really on.
Oh shit, guys!
That was his chance.
Protecting.
Yeah, you know how you keep Hitler from being immortal by drinking from the Grail. You just fucking knife Hitler when you have the chance.
Drop an Ark in his lap.
See, guys, Bogart took a bit, but he ultimately did shoot a Nazi at the end of Casablanca.
Well,
Indiana Jones
kills a lot of them.
Indiana Jones kills some Nazis,
but he doesn't kill the big one.
Yeah,
that's one of my most favorite moments in Last Crusade, where his dad goes, "So violent."
Right. I can't believe what you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I ultimately, when it comes down to it, too, I do quote this movie on in my regular world, like more often than I whatever. Like, considering like Indiana Jones is not like even my favorite franchise in the world, but it is one that I refer to a lot. And like this one is objectively the best one. Like it's not even a question.
The third one has the best script.
Okay, if we're talking about picture, I'm not talking here. Let me get Oscar technical for you. Best picture versus best screenplay, James.
Just say it.
We all know that best director goes to Temple of Doom because that movie's scary as shit and it's a wonderfully delightful macabre piece. Very outdated, but very delightfully macabre.
It actually wins. It actually wins best documentary for being about George Lucas's divorce.
It's not just Lucas's divorce, my friend.
I know.
We didn't talk about how iconic the Boulder opening sequence is, that like it showed up in so much pop culture.
UHF,
afterward.
a wonderful film by Weird Al Yankovic. Just bringing it back together. Yeah. No, it's incredible.
Ryan, what were you saying?
Nothing.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Bad Dates.
Oh yeah, the monkey. That monkey is so good.
Yep,
man.
It's a great monkey actor. This and Sunset Boulevard have great monkey actors.
All of John Rhys Davies in the movie is great. Like underappreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I mean, it would have been stupid of me not to put this at number one.
Yep.
And I do like going. I was going to keep going, but after that, now Ryan, I'm changing my number. My number one is The Howling.
Yeah, graphics already made.
No, doesn't matter.
Howling.
Go ahead and change it.
So we got a lot of responses for this year, which is actually kind of surprising to me because it's 40 years old, but everyone must have loved this year. James, did your mother send us a email?
She did. You want me to do that one first?
Yeah.
Hey, cool. Here's the email from my mom. Okay. It says Filmsplosion 1981. And I promised I'll read the whole thing this time. I don't know what happened last time. That was weird. Filmsplosion 1981. Hello, real nerds. I hope this finds you all safe and warm during this supposed to be the snowstorm of the century. We'll see. At this time on Sunday afternoon, it's a lot of snow. First, I want to say thank you for all the kind words regarding wanting me to be on the show or at least write in more. Of course, now I'd be afraid to come on because it would mean the end of Real Nerds. I will try to remember. I will try to remember to let you know about the good stuff we've been watching. Second, how do I say this without triggering Zach? Thanks, Zach, for steering us clear of a movie starring Liam Neeson, which we might have been tempted to watch. I think this must be that recent Liam Neeson movie. Did you tell everybody?
Oh, Honest. Oh, the one that I don't like. Yeah. No,
yeah.
no.
Yep. Okay. 1981 was a long time ago. Most of these movies I haven't seen in a very long time, so it's difficult to remember details, just whether I remember them fondly. Unlike Porky's stupid male humor, no offense, I can't believe that movie is number 3 on IMDb list. Yuck. That was a weird. Okay, I see what she was saying. Yeah,
that's a testament to the general users of IMDb.
Right. Remind me. There's a movie on Letterboxd I want to ask you guys about because I hadn't heard of it. That's like number 3. Out of the top 200 movies on IMDb, I have seen 22. There are at least I can't believe she went through 200 movies. I mean, I'm sure I did too, but that's dedication for that year. There are 3 that I haven't seen that I have a feeling will be on more than one of your, that more than one of you will have on their list. An American Werewolf in London, Escape from New York, The Road Warrior. No, my mom has seen Escape from New York, I think. Because I remember watching Escape from LA with her, and it would be torture for me to have watched the second and not the first.
She's only not remembering it because it was so amazing that it gave her amnesia.
I don't think that's what she was saying. And I can't believe she hasn't seen The Road Warrior. But don't judge me. Tell me if you think I will like them. No. Here goes. Number 10, Raggedy Man. I would probably watch this one again. All I can remember is that Sissy Spacek. All I can remember about it is Sissy Spacek and that it was good. I needed a number 10 and didn't want to put Zorro the Gay Blade, even though I think I may have liked it. I don't know who this person is. I don't know who this person is who's talking. Number 9, The Four Seasons. This movie has a great cast: Alan Alda, Carol Burnett.
That is a good cast.
Rita Moreno. She wrote it wrong. Sorry, excuse me. The story is about 3 couples who have been friends for many years and go on vacation together. It's all about relationships: funny, sad, stupid, drama, hard, and worth it. Number 8, Arthur. I don't remember seeing that on the list.
Yeah.
Sir John Gielgud, whatever. Is one of the best things in the movie. Arthur is a spoiled brat who needs to grow up. I know I liked it a lot at the time, but right now I'm not sure why. Number 7, Time Bandits. It's been too long. I just remember that it was fun. Number 6.
It's like your review of it, James.
I know, right? Probably because the last time I saw it was the last time she saw it.
It's almost as if though you're related.
Yeah, we rented it as a family. Like it was a family movie night. Was watching Time Bandits once. Okay. So number 6 is Stripes. Okay. So probably surprised to see this after the crack I made about Porky's, but this is very different. This movie is one of the funniest I have ever seen. I'm sure it's pretty dated by now, but at the time it was new stuff with Bill Murray and John Candy. Number 5, Number 5, Continental Divide. John Belushi is great as a Chicago newspaper reporter who runs from the mob and hides in the mountains of Wyoming. Oh, Wyoming. Oh, I guess those are still the Rockies. I thought it was Colorado. With an expert on eagles. It's funny and sweet and at times silly. Number 4, Chariots of Fire. My mom is wrong. I love this movie. I don't care what anyone says. It's because that movie's just so fucking boring. Like, oh my God, bad.
I need to adopt Carol's philosophy. I like this movie and I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
She's not the only one in your family that thinks it's great.
Chariots of Fire is just awful. Number 3, Absence of Malice. How can you miss with Paul Newman and Sally Field? I keep telling James that he needs to see this movie. Yeah, I've never seen this movie. Maybe he has by now. No, I haven't. We just watched it again last night. Wow, I should watch this movie. There are some hard lessons about trust and listening in the story. Really enjoyed Wilford Brimley's character. Holy shit, I need to see this movie. Number 2, On Golden Pond. I'm thinking maybe we'll watch this one tonight. Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda, Katharine Hepburn. What a beautiful family story. A reminder that time is always moving and none of us have a promise of tomorrow. Say the words you need to say now. Update, we watched it tonight and it was wonderful, as I remembered. Even the score is amazing. Interesting. I'm gonna have to watch that again soon. Number 1, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is not the title of the movie. Could not even begin.
That
to
is
tell
the
you
title
how
of it on IMDb. Isn't that weird? They must have retconned the title.
Yeah, must have. Yeah, weird. Because it's funny because nobody ever references the actual title card for Raiders of the Lost Ark, even though I also think that font style is cool, right? Everybody knows the Indiana Jones, but like the actual film title card with like the R's with the double white line in it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's cool.
Eurostar.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No. Fritz Quadrata.
Wow. Look at you, man. Sheesh.
Master Brad.
There you have it. As always, I look forward to listening and maybe learning about something new. But mostly, I'm really looking forward to the time when we can all sit in a theater together. March 6th marked a year since we had been in a theater. That hasn't happened since about 1967. Holy shit. That puts some context to this. I truly hope to see you all very soon. Love you all, Carol. Also, my mom's been texting while we were on here, and she keeps saying that she's very sad that she can't see Ryan's face.
Oh, thanks, Carol.
Anyway.
Sorry.
But she can. She can see his lovely face hanging out with his kid.
Yep.
My internet's really unstable. Like when I've been doing this stream from YouTube, every once in a while it freezes.
Yeah.
Lousy Idaho Springs.
Do you want to do your brother's list too?
Yeah. Where'd he post it? Was it on Facebook?
Real Nerds Gmail.
Oh, I'd have to log into it. You do it.
Here,
I'll do it.
Okay. Go ahead, Brad.
This is from James's brother, Jake. Hi guys, it's Jake Hart again. I heard you wanted 1981 lists, and I've seen some movies from 1981. This list is empirically accurate and should be considered the final word on the subject.
Can you tell he's my brother?
Okay.
Number 10, Time Bandits. Love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh, there's a question mark at the end of that. Love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Desperate for anything else from some of those guys? This is the one. Number 9, The Great Muppet Caper. Not the best Muppets movie, and I haven't seen it since I was like 7. I know how that feels. But still,
Yeah.
Number 8, Dragon Slayer. This cheesy fantasy is memorable from watching it with my high school sci-fi club.
Yeah.
Number 7, Chariots of Fire. Looks like James is in the minority.
No, this is bullshit because Jake has made fun of Chariots of Fire with me for 20 years. Like, I remember
that's what he said.
Jake has a terrible memory, and he and I have picked on my mom about how bad Chariots of Fire is for 20 years. So he's on drugs.
Here's the thing, James. You can love a movie to death and still find a way to poke holes and giggle at it a little bit.
Huh?
He said, da 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 da.
Evangelis, yeah.
This is a high quality, deserving film, which still somehow ended up behind number 6, Escape from New York. It's not just cheese; it's Velveeta cheese. Number 5.
What is it with all you people?
If you make Zach think you did something cheesy, you really did something cheesy.
God dang it! Yes, it is cheesy, but I know why it's being said.
So cheesy.
Number 5 is
artificial cheese food, man.
For Your Eyes Only, featuring the only car to ever survive James Bond driving it. A tiny Citroen made out of a lawnmower and a box of paper clips.
So I do want to point out that so far, while not in the same order, his 10 through 8 are my 10 through 8.
I don't think it changes because his number 4 is History of the World Part 1.
Yep.
Mel Brooks makes all the great tragedies of history fun. Number 3, Stripes. Army training, sir. Number 2, The Road Warrior. I've long been partial to post-apocalyptic settings, and as far as I'm concerned, this movie invented it. Someone else may have actually invented it, but they are a little puppy. And yes, I am aware this is a sequel, and I stand by my statement.
Wait. So does that mean I can call one of you guys a little puppy if you guys don't agree with my choices? I just start using that phrase.
Thing. I've never heard that phrase before.
James, find out what your brother means. I'm confused.
I don't know. He said, like I said, he's on drugs, man.
If he was on drugs, could he write this dissertation for Raiders of the Lost Ark as his number 1?
Wow.
I mean, sometimes that helps with it, apparently.
Yeah.
He wrote, duh.
You know what? I agree with that. Can we have him write that for the official Academy Awards synopsis? Like when they break down each year and they reason why each one was nominated. That's just the word that goes next to Raiders of the Lost Ark for its nomination for Best Picture.
I will point out,
and the Oscar goes to La La Land. Duh.
Yeah. I will point out that is also what my mom said. Like the first word in her review of Raiders was "duh." It's a family thing.
Yeah, your family's on the same page. We got a bunch of Twitter stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got some Twitter ones. Ryan, do you want me to start off with some that I received?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So first off, we got Tree Kimber, who's been listening since she found out about us via the Film Club. She chose The Entity, which Ryan and I talked about not too long ago.
Yeah.
Evil Speak, Strange Behavior, and Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. Yeah, Tree's a horror fan. So actually, Ryan, you and Tree would get along.
Yeah, Evil Speak is weird. Clint Howard's really good in it.
I've never seen Evil Speak, but she's not the only one to have put this on her list. Smokey from Rated H Podcast wrote down Scanners, Blake Edwards' SOB, which is a good movie, Escape from New York, and Evil Speak. So two for Evil Speak. And then Kev Moore from Film Guff and Amicus is Here wrote Possession, Time Bandits, Escape from New York, For Your Eyes Only, and An American Werewolf in London.
So
yeah,
they're the first person to mention Possession. Letterboxd has Possession as the number 3 most relevant film of the year, like the one that most people have marked as seen. Have you guys ever seen Possession? Do you know what it's a Sam Neill movie? Okay, interesting.
No, never seen it.
It stood out to me because I was like, wait a second, like, Stripes is on page 2, History of the World is on page 2, but the number 3 movie is Possession. So anyway,
maybe this is one we need to, on a down week, we review Possession.
Yeah, it's just weird because they by default they list them by popularity, which I put in quotes because it's just a mark of whether or not, like, how many users say they've seen the movie, right? So the top 3 movies are Raiders, Evil Dead, and then Possession before American Werewolf, which is crazy to me.
Sweet. And then Tyler Maybe, one of the co-hosts of Pop Culture Brews, wrote Escape from New York, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Friday the 13th Part 2, and Stripes.
Nice. Our friend Andy also just put Stripes. So
that's right.
So
they
that's
know it.
Stripes is fun.
It is fun. Sorry, I got to go back a little bit because Zach Bynes sent one when I first posted, and I forgot to flag it, and now I can't find it.
Yeah, I think Extra Cool sent a response on Twitter that I can't find either.
I'll search it.
Batman with Cats said Raiders of the...
Oh, that's Anthony Cuba.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, History of the World, Part 1, Stripes, An American Werewolf in London, Escape from New York, and topped it off with, wow, what a great year for film.
Mm-hmm. Anthony does a really fun podcast called Poptimistic. So he's really into pop nerd culture like us. So
cool. I found the other Zach's. Is in no particular order. Evil Dead, The Prowler. Fuck yeah, someone else got Prowler on there. Halloween 2, Scanners, Happy Birthday to Me, which is another slasher film. It's interesting. An American Werewolf in London, The Beyond, Excalibur.
Which I saw for the.
Sorry?
I was going to say, like, The Beyond was the first time. Like, I saw that at the drive-in with Bruce Campbell last year.
Oh, cool.
Groovy.
It's a weird one. Was it Fulci?
Yeah.
Yep.
Excalibur, History of the World Part 1, and Mad Max 2, a.k.a. The Road Warrior.
Is Happy Birthday to Me like the kids getting like the kebab
Yes.
stuff in his face on the box?
Yeah, that's on the poster, yeah.
Yeah. Did we get Pirate Cat?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Batman but with cats, that was him.
Wait, was Extra Cool, is that the list? That wasn't Zach's list.
That's not Zach Bynes.
Damn
That's
it.
Extra Cool. That's a different guy.
That's Extra Cool. Fuck. What'd I do with his list?
I was gonna be like, do I mention this or do I just let him ride?
No, you need to stop me from being an idiot, Zach. God damn it.
Well, you never stopped me from being an idiot, so I should help you out.
Don't be an idiot. Best advice I ever got.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I just avoid the whole thing.
Zach liked that.
Oh, here,
list.
I got Zach Bynes' one.
All right, cool.
Yeah. In no particular order, An American Werewolf in London, The Burning, which Ryan, I saw that and I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
It's all right.
But yeah, it's a fun movie to watch, but it's not for me. But Clash of the Titans,
nice.
The Decline of Western Civilization, that's a really good choice. Escape from New York, The Evil Dead, The Funhouse, which was in contention for me, Miss 45, Polyester, John Waters' film Polyester, and The Prowler. So yeah,
Prowler showed up on 3 people's list. Nice.
Yeah,
Clash of the Titans.
We got a lot of horror fans. We got a lot of horror fans chiming in.
It's
This is
a
a fun year for horror
It's
films.
a good year
so.
for horror.
Yeah,
Clash of the Titans is another one of those like cult classic films that like people who were alive then really liked. That I think is like neat. Like you look like from just a film history perspective is like cool to look at, but yeah, not one I would have put on my list.
it's we had a sci-fi film club when I was in 6th grade. They mainly were showing Star Wars films, but one week they showed Clash of the Titans,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is fine. This is not."
It's fun.
And then I saw the remake, and I was like, "This is worse.
Right.
This is worse."
Right.
Ryan, did we watch Clash of the Titans for world history?
Yes. It's very
Yeah.
important to us to know the Medusa story.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I think it's like a Greek mythology thing.
Oh, public school, man.
The best.
Here, James, I've got a good one for you. You want to hear an actual true thing?
Hold on.
Science class in 7th grade. It was a snowy day or like whatever those dead days, like holiday days. And she picked science related movies, and one of them was Osmosis Jones.
Yep, it's there.
So if you people want to know why I'm stupid, that might be a pointed reason.
Do you want to know why I don't know much about molecular science?
Because Chris Rock taught me about it.
I'd also like to point out, as Zach Bynes has his own podcast now, Talking Trauma.
Yep.
You can listen to it on YouTube.
And I will be a guest on one of the episodes very soon.
Oh my gosh.
Very
already
good.
recorded.
So thanks for everybody for sending in those lists. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Next week on our show, after 3 years, we will be seeing Zack Snyder's Justice League, the 4-hour 2-minute epic of Zack Snyder's vision. Every time I see something new, I'm like, did he just say, fuck it, I'm just going to put this in there and see what happens? That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
So
Or we could watch Osmosis Jones.
Our next retro film explosion will be 1991, be in a couple months. Also, we are going to be doing our 100 favorite films from our 10 years as a podcast, where we will debate those. You can follow us.
God, I hope it's in the same room.
Yeah, I know. We will. You can follow us on all social media platforms. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, I mean, bye.
I'm telling you all, it's a Filmsplosion! Filmsplosion!
The Real Nerds Filmsplosion theme song was written and performed by Bolognium. Check out Bolognium on iTunes or buy their new record, Snacktacular, from Needle Juice Records.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.